4 minutes till start of broadcast. This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. Here's your 2-minute time check. Mark. Here comes your 1-minute time check for this Auburn broadcast. Mark. "30 seconds till broadcast." Mark.
The following is an exclusive presentation of the Auburn Sports Network, a division of Playfly Sports.
Thus far, the Atlantic Coast Conference has had the upper hand in the ACC-SEC Challenge. Number 20 Auburn looks to change that tonight. Good evening and War Eagle from Neville Arena with Randall Dickey and Brad Law. I'm Andy Burcham. Auburn bounced back in a big way in Las Vegas a week ago. The Tigers were drilled by the Players Area champion Michigan by 30 in the second game. Behind a career-high 27 points from Tahad Pettiford, Auburn erased an 11-point second-half lead to win by the same margin against the Red Storm. Auburn outscored St. John's 55-33 in the second half. and Pettiford was the leading scorer by anybody in the tournament. NC State went to Maui as the tournament favorite. However, Will Wade's team lost 2 of 3, including a tournament-ending defeat at the hands of Texas. The Wolfpack can stroke it from the outside. They're shooting 42% from 3, 59% from 2. No lead big enough against NC State. The Wolfpack averaged 53 points per game in the second half. The ACC went 6-3 last night. 6 road teams won. Time to reverse that trend tonight. The CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off starts now.
Exclusive pregame coverage of the Tigers begins now with the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off. Coming up, analysis, interviews, and a look around college basketball, all to get you ready for Auburn basketball. CB&S Bank has a long history of stability, and just like Auburn University, we have a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. Alongside Coach Randall Dickey, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Tonight will be the 75th consecutive sellout, and it's for the ACC SEC Challenge as your Auburn Tigers face the NC State Wolfpack, along with Randall Dickey and Brad Law. I'm Andy Burcham. Glad to be with you. Glad to be back at Neville Arena after those 3 games last week in Las Vegas. 3 distinctively different games, Randall. A win against a good and improving Oregon team in Game 1. Ran into just an absolute buzzsaw against Michigan in Game 2. That Michigan team beat Auburn by 30, and that was the closest game that the Wolverines had. And then down by 11 early in the second half against St. John's a week ago tonight. And boy, things could have gone one way or the other. Tahad Pettiford took over for Auburn, scored 11 straight points. Auburn came back and outscored the Red Storm 55-33 in the second half and won by 11 against the top 15 ball club.
Well, St. John's was really, really good, and I think Auburn basketball team really grew up that night. I think they really emerged. They matured a great deal. And then Tahad Pettiford would just put on a show that was just something that anyone would really enjoy, but something I'll remember for a long time because he's put the Tigers right on his back, and he willed them to win. He was productive defensively, but he scored it, and his emotion, the way he managed the game, was outstanding. And I thought that was just a big sign of maturity for not only him, but all the team.
He scored 22 points a game in the tournament, tied his career high with 24 against Oregon, and then eclipsed it with the 27-point performance against St. John's in the final game of the tournament. And thus, Auburn comes back to Neville Arena at 6-2, actually moves up in spite of losing by 30 in Game 2 there, moved up in both polls, the AP and the coaches poll, and now gets ready for a ball club from an offensive standpoint that's as potent as any team that Auburn has faced and perhaps will face this season in NC State.
Well, I'm not sure that NC State is not the most efficient offensive team that we've played, even though Michigan just played out their minds last week. They beat an outstanding top 10 Gonzaga team by 40. We felt really bad after the second game, but left Las Vegas not feeling so bad because our 30-point loss was at least respectable compared to the other 2 games Michigan played. And don't get me wrong, Michigan is for real. They're the most well-balanced basketball team in America. But tonight we face a Wolfpack team, scores it quickly, scores it efficiently, scores it early in the clock, and also shoots a very high percentage, scoring about 93 points a game.
And saves its best for last. They're better in the second half than they are in the first.
I think it's just a mark of their coach. I think we're all familiar with Coach Wade being at LSU for the number of years. I think he can really coach. I think he makes great adjustments, and it shows in their reflexes on that on their win-loss column as far as going into the second half, making adjustments, making his team better.
It is a team that shoots extraordinarily well. 51, almost 52% from the field overall, 59% from 2, 42% from three, 76% from the free throw line. This is a team that can absolutely light up the scoreboard if you are not playing good fundamental defense here tonight.
Well, I think the most astounding statistics is 4 guys on their team that shoot from the three-point line. You've got McNeil right at 40%, 2 guys at 54%, and 1 at 59%. That's outstanding for having 4 guys on the floor above 40% from the three-point line and scoring 93 points a game, playing fast, playing an up-tempo style. That's hard to do.
Darian Williams is one of 4 transfers that start for NC State. Williams transferred from Texas Tech. He was a teammate of Kevin Overton on last year's Elite 8 team for the Red Raiders. He is the preseason ACC Player of the Year, which is remarkable for a transfer.
It seems like every time we turn around, we're playing a guy that's on the court that's the opponent is the preseason Player of the Year, or at least a first-team all-conference nominee going in. He is an outstanding player. He can really score it, but he's a really good player in all areas of the game.
After Will Wade was fired from LSU, kind of resurrected things with a really good McNeese program. Spent a couple years there, and it didn't take long for someone to grab him up, and that being North Carolina State here tonight. A team picked 4th in the preseason in the ACC.
Well, after last night's games in the ACC SEC Challenge, I think you can really have a more respect for the NC State's preseason predictions being 4th. They've got an outstanding league as well. The SEC is going to be fine. We've got some outstanding teams. I think all of our SEC teams are just kind of feeling their way through. Everybody is ultra talented, as you're seeing the score in the Arkansas game against a team at Louisville, which is really outstanding. And I think ranked number 6 in the country, Arkansas is just having their way with them tonight.
Auburn doesn't appear will have Abdul Bashir for a second straight game, but everybody else is back for the Tigers tonight. Pettiford, Overton, Freeman, Hall, and Murphy, we believe, will be Auburn's starting 5 tonight. Through the first 5 games, Randall, Auburn used 5 different starting lineups. But with the health of Murphy and the health of Hall, it appears, at least for now, that Stephen Pearl has settled in to at least a starting 5.
Well, because of injuries and because of Murphy being out and Hall kind of being banged up a little bit, it's been hard to have a consistent rotation. And I think the biggest thing is it affects your spark off the bench when you get a rotation down, where you get a smooth transition of guys coming off the bench, being productive on the floor, but also finishing the game is the biggest thing. And having a core unit that you can lean on that is healthy is a big factor, and I think we saw that maturity take place last week in Las Vegas.
Filip Jovic was not available to Auburn in that St. John's game because of an injured wrist. He is back tonight. He adds some depth, and for Jovic, a guy that in the last 3 ball games, Randall, is averaging 13 points and over 4 rebounds per ball game.
I'm a big Filip Jovic fan. I just love his energy level. I like the way that he's got so much try in his heart. He really will make some mistakes, but he's one those mistakes that you can live with because he's always going full speed and he's given effort to try to get the basketball, and sometimes he bumps into the opponents in doing that, and that's okay. But the thing about it is he developed just has a knack of taking the ball from maybe behind the three-point line, putting it on the deck, maybe 1 or 2 bounces to the rim. He seems to have good body control, and then around the basket, he's not a high above the rim elevator, but he seems like he gets it in the basket, and he's been productive in his number of minutes he's playing.
Tonight is North Carolina State's first true road game. Auburn doesn't play its first true road game until Saturday night at number 2, Arizona. As we see so many times now, a lot of these big games now, especially in the pre-conference season, are neutral site games. And after tonight, Auburn plays at Arizona, plays Chattanooga in Atlanta, and then plays number 1 Purdue in Indianapolis right before Christmas. So the last chance to see the Tigers tonight before Auburn plays that Queens game on December 29th here at Neville Arena.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the stature of this program is one 208 wins, the most in the SEC since 2018. When you get to that level, you're not afraid to play anybody. And now the way the calendar is made and the way the rules are, and being able to play non-conference top 15, top 20 teams certainly gives you, looking for those quad one wins to put a little feather in your cap for the selection committee when it comes March Madness time.
First time North Carolina State came to Auburn was December 5th, 1970. Of course, over at Beardy's Memorial Coliseum. Auburn won that night. John Mengelt scored 45 that night for the Tigers. His name hangs in the rafters here at Neville Arena. That game, and this is amazing, that game remains the highest scoring by an opponent's player in North Carolina State history.
Well, North Carolina State historically has got an unbelievable tradition. Goes back all the way back to the old Coach Norm Sloan days. Could really pride themselves in great defense. John Mengelt, though, he shot the ball on every end that he was on. I think the goal was made out of a wagon wheel back then, but he could sure fill it up.
And you'll hear from John Mengelt tonight in our pregame coverage. Tonight's 60-Second Scout is brought to you by Sensogreen, proud sponsor of Auburn Athletics. The experts at Sensogreen with Carrier create a cool indoor retreat for heating, cooling, and insulation. Here is Mike Burgomaster with the 60-Second Scout. Make it the 122nd Scout of NC State.
Yeah, so NC State coming off a 1-2 trip to Maui, where they were probably the favorites to win that tournament. They're going to be coming in here pretty disappointed about the last week and really hungry and ready to play. They're a terrific offensive team. They're top 10 in the country right now in offensive efficiency, top 10 in the country in three-point percentage. They've got a lot of talented transfers that can really shoot the ball. A lot of guys that are better from three than two. But, what makes a team like that difficult is they've got some really good drivers mixed in there, too. So we've got to do a great job of recognizing personnel and not allowing them to beat us from three tonight. And then defensively, that's not necessarily been a strength of theirs so far this year. So what they do is they throw a bunch of different presses, a bunch of different zones, a bunch of different stuff to just try to disrupt you and make you take quick shots or turn the ball over so they can get out in transition.
What is the key defensively for Auburn tonight against a team that shoots 42% from three and 59% from two?
Yeah, so it's going to be about, how can we prevent the ball from getting into the paint so that the threes that they take have to be more heavily contested or potentially off the bounce, right? So, and if they get the ball inside of the paint, then they have the option of both scoring from two and kicking out from three and compromising our defense. So we've got to do a great job of not overextending ourselves so that they can, get the ball in the interior.
What do you do against a team in this case tonight against NC State if they get off to a really hot start, especially from three? What can you do at that point?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you've got to find a way to be more disruptive and really try to make their shooters run off the line and make them do what they're not comfortable of. But this is a team that, so far this year has gone on some pretty tremendous runs. I think at one point, they went on a 23-0 run in one of their earlier games. So they're going to go on runs. We've just got to stay together, and like we did in the second half of St. John's, when they went on a 17-3 run to conclude the half, right? We've just got to stay together and understand that it's a 40-minute game.
And that's our 60-second Scout of NC State. Brad Law joins us after this break with the SEC report when the CB&S Bank Countdown to Tip-Off continues in a moment.
At CB&S Bank, tradition runs deep. Since 1906, we've been serving families and communities with stability you can count on. And today, that legacy of service continues. Recognized by American Banker as the 16th best performing bank nationally and #1 in Alabama in their asset category. Being a team member is who we are, which is why we're proud to support Auburn University athletics. So, bank with the best. Visit cbsbank.com to learn more. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ants in the kitchen, termites under the floor, mosquitoes in the backyard. It's a full court infestation. Don't let them score. Call Cook's Pest Control. Nobody beats Cook's when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right, guaranteed. With Cook's on your team, your home's defense is unstoppable.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
The Auburn Spirit. It's what drives champions on the field and in business. At the Harvard College of Business, that same passion shapes the next generation of leaders. With a personalized, hands-on approach, we prepare students for success, whether in the boardroom or big moments in life. Auburn Pride, Auburn Innovation, Harvard College of Business, inspiring business. Visit harvard.auburn.edu to learn more.
The Raymond J. Harvard College of Business presents the SEC Report. A look around the deepest, most challenging conference in college basketball. Accelerate your career with an online MBA from the Harvard College of Business. Learn why they're ranked among the nation's best at harvard.auburn.edu.
We are about 38 minutes away from tip-off between Auburn and NC State on the second and final day of the SEC ACC Challenge. Neville Arena continues to fill. It is a late start, but it is a premier non-conference home game for this team of Auburn Tigers who went 2-1 last week in Las Vegas. Let's get to the SEC report. 3 other games in progress, 3 other games still to come later, and then we'll get into recapping the 9 games from last night. A ranked-on-ranked matchup in Fayetteville, where 6th-ranked Louisville has run into a buzzsaw in number 25 Arkansas. Razorbacks lead by 14 with 15 minutes to go, and that's because Louisville has gone on a run. Hogs in front 56-42. Trayvon Brazile has been red hot from the floor. He's 7 of 9. He has 19 points and 3 rebounds. Arkansas is out rebounding Louisville significantly in this game, and as a result, they've got a 14-point lead, 56-42 Hogs over the Cardinals with still 15 minutes to go. Still plenty of time left in that matchup. Number 12 Alabama playing without a couple of key players. No Aiden Holloway, no Latrell Reitzel, no Keaton Bristow for the Crimson Tide tonight as they battle Clemson over in Tuscaloosa. It was a big halftime lead for the Crimson Tide. They led by 15 at the start of the second half, but the Tigers have gone on a run to start the second half of play. They've made 5 of their last field goals, and they've held Alabama without a field goal for now more than 5 minutes, and as a result, it's down to a 1-possession game. Alabama nurses a 3-point lead, 53-50, with under 13 minutes to go in Tuscaloosa. Another game that was seemingly out of hand early up in Boston was LSU and Boston College. Fighting Tigers on the road built a double-digit lead at the half, but BC has battled back in the second frame. They've held LSU to just 14 points so far in the second half. Fighting Tigers under 30% shooting. Meanwhile, the Eagles are up above 58% from the floor in the second half. That is a tie game, 51 apiece with 7.5 minutes to go at BC. The 3 games that are still to come tonight that all have similar tip times as our game. Number 17 Vanderbilt hosting SMU, a battle of 8-0 teams. The Mustangs are off to their first 8-0 start in 6 years. Vanderbilt is doing it with offense. The battle for Atlanta's champions have scored 90 or more points 6 times this season. SMU at Vanderbilt coming up at around 8:20 or 8:25. Mississippi State is at Georgia Tech. Both teams coming in on losing streaks. The Bulldogs have dropped 4 games in a row despite Josh Hubbard averaging 23-plus points on the season. He's a terrific player, but he hasn't gotten a lot of help the last 2 weeks. They've dropped 4 straight. Georgia Tech has dropped 2 in a row. Bulldogs and Jackets get together in Atlanta tonight. And in Austin, it is Texas against Virginia. Clash of styles. Cavaliers rely on their defense. The Longhorns have put up 100 points in back-to-back games for the first time in 16 years. Horns averaging 91 points per contest. They have a win over this NC State bunch already this season. So that's the action tonight. Last night, the ACC went 6-3. We'll start with the SEC wins. Georgia drilled Florida State 107-73. Bulldogs shot 57% from the floor. They hit 100 for the second straight game and for the fourth time this year. Bulldogs absolutely rolled over the Seminoles. It was Texas A&M getting past Pitt, 81-73, fifth straight win for the Aggies. 3 A&M players in double figures, led by Rashawn Agee's 21 points and 13 boards. He added 4 assists and 4 steals as Texas A&M got the 8-point win over Pitt. And Oklahoma pulled away in the second half, ran away from Wake Forest, 86-68. Sooners led by 2 at halftime. They were plus 16 in the second half. Tay Davis led 5 Oklahoma players in double figures with 18. Now for the games that didn't go the SEC's way. Duke scored a win over Florida, 67-66. Back-to-back games for the Blue Devils in the SEC-ACC Challenge at Cameron Indoor Stadium. Remember, Auburn went in there last year. Florida went in last night. And Duke was plus 12 in the second half. Cameron Boozer, 29 points to lead all scorers. Blue Devils escaped with a win at home over the Gators, 67-66. It was North Carolina with a close win over Kentucky in Lexington, 67-64. Wildcats managed just 1-3 in 13 tries en route to their first home loss of the season. For North Carolina, Derek Dixon with 9 points off the bench, including a jumper to put the Tar Heels ahead to stay in the closing seconds. Syracuse got an upset win over Tennessee, 62-60. For the 'Cuse, freshman Nate King's 19 points, a season high for the first-year player. There were 8 ties and 12 lead changes in the first half of that game. It was really close throughout. Tennessee with a big run to start the second half, 'Cuse with a big answer, and they win it by 2. Meanwhile, it was Miami over Ole Miss, 75-66. 16-point halftime lead for the Hurricanes, and they were relatively comfortable from there. Miami out-rebounded the Rebels 45-27. Miami got a big game from freshman Sheldon Henderson with 18 points, a season high for him. South Carolina fell in overtime to Virginia Tech, 86-83. 5 ties, 9 lead changes in the overtime alone. Tech was powered by big Amari Hanbury, his 4th double-double of the season, 22 points and 14 rebounds for the Hokies. South Carolina drops to 5-3 on the season. And Missouri fell to Notre Dame, 76-71. Missouri led by 7 at the half, but the Irish shot 50% in the second half to hand Mizzou its first loss of the season. Mark Mitchell had 26 in the losing effort for the Tigers. Speaking of high-scoring games, you heard Andy allude to this in the open. It would be 55 years ago. That's wild. Auburn and NC State got together. John Mingelt scored 45 points. It's the most any individual has ever scored against NC State in the long and storied history of Wolfpack basketball. John Mingelt was here earlier today, and the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, had a chance to catch up with the Auburn basketball legend.
The last time North Carolina State came to Auburn was December 5th, 1970 at Verdes Memorial Coliseum. That night, Auburn won 98-51. And John Mingelt scored 45 points for the Tigers. It remains the record for a single-game score by an opponent to this day. Does that surprise present-day John Mingelt?
Well, it surprises me a lot that somebody didn't do it back then, like Maravich. I can't believe they didn't play against Maravich or some of these great scorers. So, yeah, that's a long time ago, isn't it? 70, what is that, 55 years? God. No, yeah, it does surprise me that nobody's done better than that.
You had a lot of high-scoring games like that. Do you have a memory? Do you remember that day against North Carolina State?
Yeah, I vaguely remember it because I heard it mentioned a couple years ago that I still had the highest scoring against them. You're going to laugh. The thing I remember most is they had good-looking cheerleaders. We always checked them out before the game, And I think, the big guys weren't as athletic as they are now, so it might have been a little easier, at least going to the basket, than it is now. Big guys now can switch off on you, and they can pretty much guard you because they're such good athletes. But I think like anything else, I'd have probably adjusted and figured out something, some way to score.
All right, 1970. I mean, tonight is the ACC SEC Challenge. It's a big deal across both of these leagues. I mean, there is bragging rights on the line between these two conferences in the last couple of days. Do you remember, was there a rivalry between the SEC and the ACC in 1970?
No, I don't. I mean, not that year. The year before that, the beginning of our season was South Carolina, North Carolina State, Wake Forest. And that's when South Carolina was #1. They were all on the road, too. Kind of like your schedule this year. You know, you're playing some serious people on the road. But I don't remember there being a big rivalry amongst conferences. There wasn't a lot of television. You know, TVS did some games. But they're just, no. And you didn't have enough games to play enough teams from another conference back then. You know, you could play all your SEC teams, which were 10, so that's 18 games, and 6 other games. You could only play 24 games, and that was it. So, you know, you didn't develop rivalries.
So there wasn't, hey, we're playing an ACC team today or tonight, and that really didn't matter. It was just somebody else in a different colored uniform for John Menga.
It was what they were rated. I mean, South Carolina was #1. We got hopped up for that and had a little scuffle there under the basket one time. And played pretty well. We lost by, I think, 1 or 2 points, and they were #1 in the country. But no, it depended upon what their rating was. But the SEC, maybe because the league, you all play so many games outside the league, the SEC was pretty vicious and pretty, you know, you didn't like anybody, especially Alabama.
That hasn't changed, has it?
Oh, no, it has not.
John, I see you here all the time, and I see you here at volleyball matches as well. To see what this program has become, and multiple SEC championships, and now multiple trips to the Final Four for someone that is an alum, for someone that's one of the all-time greats. I mean, name is in the rafters here. Well, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. I can't say enough about what Bruce Pearl did for this basketball program and for the university. I mean, he's an ambassador. And in basketball, we definitely needed it badly. As a university, we've always had a pretty good reputation, both athletically and academically, to where students want to come to school here. It is a very easy place to recruit people to.
Thank you for the visit. Enjoy this one tonight.
Hey, I join them all with this one especially.
That's really good stuff from Auburn basketball legend John Mengelt. When you come to Neville Arena, you look up in the rafters and you see that number 15 hanging there right between Rex Frederick and Mike Mitchell here at Neville Arena. Well, coming back to this game tonight, some familiarity exists between the guys wearing number 1 on the floor. Darion Williams for NC State and Auburn's Kevin Overton. Let's focus a little more on KO, the 6'5", 200-pound junior, a transfer from Texas Tech, averaging nearly 10 points. He's at 9.8 and 3 rebounds per contest. He's shooting nearly 40% from the floor, and he'll be an important factor for the Tigers tonight defensively against a team in NC State that can shoot it everywhere and with anybody on the floor. Andy Burcham visits with Auburn's Kevin Overton.
Kevin, I want to talk leadership because you talked about it a little bit after the St. John's game. You didn't give us exactly what you told the team at halftime, and Coach wouldn't tell us either, but how important that was. Is that something that comes naturally for Kevin Overton, or is that something that you have learned to do throughout your college career?
Definitely something I feel like is natural at times. Just not afraid to speak on things I feel like can affect the team positively and negatively at times. But I think just through the course of my career, just being around guys that I've seen lead in the right ways has definitely helped me.
You have played with a guy that's going to be on the other side of the floor, a teammate of yours last year at Texas Tech. What's it like going into a ball game when you're playing a guy that is a good friend of yours?
Yeah, man, I think it makes it more competitive for me personally. Just I approach it obviously the same as any other game, but just need a win. It feels like a must win, just where both of our teams are, trying to do everything we can to help our teams win, but it's definitely fun for sure.
After the Michigan game, how important was that comeback against St. John's just for the psyche of this ball club?
I think it was huge just for, it's obviously better. We talked about just something funny like the Thanksgiving food would taste better. But, I think that goes a long way, and it is true just to your approach to everything. Is like that comeback does a lot for your team. It helps you get a win and still be able to learn instead of having a loss and having to learn that way. So that was huge.
When you got back then, what was your favorite Thanksgiving food that did taste better?
I didn't get to eat it this year, but I won't tell anybody what my favorite food is because I know nobody else likes it, but I definitely am big on chicken. I always be big on chicken. Chicken's my favorite.
Show the best tonight, War Eagle.
That's there, War Eagle, War Eagle.
Well, now we're all just curious as to what that favorite food is that KO won't tell us about. All right, more important matters tonight, Auburn and NC State. Hey, we've been on the air 31 minutes. We've taken one commercial break. Before the second one, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Auburn Sports Network. Hey, we're only 23 minutes away from tip-off between the Tigers and Wolfpack. Andy Burcham's exclusive pregame conversation with head coach Stephen Pearl is straight ahead when we come back to Neville Arena. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
From the thrill of the game to your own peaceful retreat, all in one game day. The Residences at Arbor Lake in the heart of Auburn combines comfort, connection, and calm. A short drive from the stadium and AU campus, the Residences at Arbor Lake is a 35-acre escape with stocked fishing lake and private balcony for each unit in the 55-plus apartment community, locally owned and operated. Discover your quiet place. The Residences at Arbor Lake. War Eagle.
Life moves fast. Shouldn't your checking account keep up? Meet Explore Checking from Max Credit Union. No monthly fees, no minimum balance requirement. Enjoy perks like access to your paycheck up to 2 days early, earning rewards that can be turned into cash each time you spend with your Max debit card. Plus, with 24/7 digital banking and an easy-to-use mobile app, managing your money is quick and effortless. Start exploring today at mymax.com/explore. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, this is DeMarcus Riddick, looking for a street legal golf cart. Diamond Golf Carts has the largest selections in the state, and the store is right off the Opelika Road, closer than you think, with the location in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville. Raising the bar since 2012, golf cart sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Carts is full service for all your golf carts need, and they offer pickup and delivery. Carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCart.com and drive different, drive Diamond.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
Ford presents our exclusive pregame visit with head coach Stephen Pearl. Visit your local Ford dealer, proud sponsor of the Auburn Tigers. Here's Andy Burcham with Coach Pearl.
Give me the impression of the win against St. John's, and then we look forward and talk about this one tonight.
Yeah, obviously a good bounce back from being down 9 at halftime. I thought the first 10 minutes of the St. John's game, we kind of did the things that we were supposed to do, and we were up 7, and then the last 10 minutes we did everything we weren't supposed to do, and then they obviously built their lead to 9. Second half, I thought our guys did a good job of making some adjustments at halftime, and we just played more together in the second half. We shared the ball, we looked for each other, we communicated better on both ends of the floor, and ultimately, led to us outscoring them 55-33. Tahad played really well in the second half, made some tough shots, but we just had a lot of step up from our guards in that game. And, I told our guards at halftime, actually after the Michigan game, I need you guys to play better in order for us to win games. And I think they listened, they took that challenge, and, produced obviously a win against a top 15 ranked team in the country.
And part of that with your guards was you've got to distribute the basketball, because that's one thing that did not happen against Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, in our losses, we're averaging 7 assists per game, and our wins, we're averaging 17 assists per game. So a lot of that has to do with our guards, and they got to do a better job of obviously, not only setting themselves up, but setting others up. And they, kind of set the tone for, how the ball gets shared early in games. And, I thought they did a much better job of that in the St. John's game. We had 16 assists in that game. And, I thought the message was received and the message was heard, and, they delivered.
You have faced Will Wade coached teams before. Give me your impressions of the style and what his teams bring in. First LSU, and then we'll talk about this North Carolina State team.
Yeah, I mean, at LSU, they were very multiple defensively. So, they switched everything 1 through 5. Every interaction is a switch. They'll run 1-3-1. They'll run 2-3. They'll run 2-2-1 pressure. They'll run 1-2-2 pressure. They'll run 1-3-1 pressure. So, I mean, they just try and keep you off balance defensively and just throw a bunch of different – they kind of junk it up defensively. Then offensively, he's just kind of – it all depends on his personnel. At LSU, they ran a ton of just like hook high ball screen stuff and, some different actions. They're running a lot more 5-out stuff with this team here at NC State. So, he's had teams at LSU that weren't great shooting teams, but they were great driving teams. He's got a team at NC State this year that's a really, really good shooting team.
42% from 3, 59% from 2. I mean, that 42% will get your attention pretty quick, but they're good around the basket as well.
Yeah, I mean, they got guards that can kind of break you down and go finish. They got a couple bigs that, are very versatile on the inside. Van Allen Lubin and Darion Williams, who's the preseason ACC Player of the Year, are both really, really quality bigs. And, their guards shoot it. They have, I think, every player in their starting lineup shoots over 40% from 3. So, they shoot it really well. I think they're top 50 in the country in percentage of points at the 3-point line. So it's a really important piece of what they do. So we got to do a really good job of trying to take that away. We can't have 2 guys on the ball ever tonight. We got to, in ball screens, we got to impact and get back. If we get hit on a dribble handoff, we got to switch it. If we get hit on a ball screen, we got to switch it. And just recognize who you're guarding, because if you're guarding McNeil, a great shooter, you can't give a ton of help. If you're guarding Darion Williams, a great shooter, you can't give a ton of help. So we're going to have our hands full. This is the top 10 offensive team in the country.
How quick does this team shoot?
Shoots it quick. I mean, they score 58% of their points in transition. So that's, off of fast breaks, and then it's also like within the first 10 seconds of the shot clock. So they're going to try and score it early, and we got to do a good job of getting back and building our defense so we can make them run their half-court sets, and that'll obviously give us a bit of a better chance defensively to guard them because they're so good in transition. And
this is a really good second-half team, a better second-half team as far as point production than at first. I mean, they came almost all the way back to win against Texas out in Hawaii.
Yeah, I think part of that had to do with their early season opponents. They played some teams, that weren't as quality, and they had big second halves. So, regardless of what we do in the first half, no lead is safe. If we have a lead at halftime, we got to tell our guys, listen, this is a second half ball club, and they've kind of shown that all year. So, no lead safe with them. But I think, at any point, we have the ability to get back into the game if they kind of go on some runs, which is what really good teams do.
Give me your thoughts with your first game as a head coach in the ACC SEC Challenge from a conference perspective.
Yeah, I mean, last night the SEC was down 6-3 or 6-3, so we're down 3 games right now. So obviously we gotta hold up our end of the bargain, and we got to go out there and obviously compete tonight. Road games or road teams last night were 6-3 in those games last night. So the road team won 6 times compared to the home team only winning 3. So that I told our guys today, like, the road teams have been really hungry in this challenge, and like, expect NC State to be really hungry and fired up. They lost 2 games out in Maui. They were obviously planning on going out and winning that thing. So they're going to be coming in here with their hair on fire and flying around, because I know it's what Coach Wade will kind of have them do. So we're going to have our hands full tonight, but it's a great challenge for us.
Against a team that you will see so many different sets defensively, give me a key tonight.
I mean, we got to back up our pickup point, because they're really good driving it downhill and getting to the rim. So we got to do a good job of building a wall in transition. when their 5-man has the ball, we have to really deny their guards and not let them catch the ball easily on the perimeter and disrupt them. We gotta do a good job of locating shooters. When Williams puts the ball on the floor, if we're guarding a non-shooter, we have to go strip and rip him because he's averaging 20 points per game. So there's just a lot of stuff that we got to do defensively, but more than anything, we got to be in a stance and we have to finish possessions. That's been one of our biggest issues all year. We'll play good defense for 25 seconds, shot will go up, or we'll stand up for half a second and we'll give up an open shot. So got to finish possessions in this game in order for us to win.
Wish all the best tonight. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Welcome back to the Ford F-150 Truck Highlight Show.
We saw an outstanding performance, Andy.
It wasn't just a performance, Gabe. F-150 sent a message.
I mean, come on. Towing, payload, technology. It's one highlight after another.
Gabe, it's always game on with a Ford F-150. For the latest offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag... you don't want it.
You're listening to Auburn basketball. Now more of the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
Oh, it got loud in here over the last few minutes as we zero in on tip-off. We're now just about 12 minutes or so away from Auburn and NC State. Let's get Coach Dickey's keys to the game presented by Sun South. Sun South John Deere is the preferred tractor of the Tigers. Find your local dealer at sunsouth.com. Man, Alex Golesh just came through here and got everybody lathered into a frenzy, and you could see a game that's lathered into a frenzy tonight. Talk to me about pace of play in this game, Coach.
That's a great way to get the crowd fired up, get the jungle going right off the bat, and welcome the Wolfpack here. But my keys to the game tonight are really important. The three-point line, I think the Tigers must defend the three-point line. The Wolfpack's got 4 players 50% or better from the three, one guy at 39%, and they shoot overall as a team 42%. That's outstanding when you've played 7 games. Competition they played in Maui last week, and then coming back here, the Tigers must defend the three-point line. Secondly, transition defense is really important because, as you heard Coach Pearl say, they're going to score 57-58% of their baskets in transition or in early offense. So they're going to shoot it quick early in the clock. That's why they're scoring 93 points a game. So we must get back, find our man, defend the three, make them put it on the deck, and also stay between them and the basket as well. Lastly, I think the Tigers got to continue to improve offensively. We made strides last week offensively because the emergence of how Tahad Pettifer has played. We know Keyshawn Hall can score it. We need a couple of other guys to go in there and get double figures, get a little bit more balanced scoring with multiple players in double figures, get them some help, and then I think the Tigers do those things. I think they'll be fine.
Looking across the way, watching Will Wade and Stephen Pearl shake hands and embrace. It's a little surreal to see Will Wade back inside Neville Arena with this NC State team. A lot of respect from the Pearls to Will Wade and vice versa. A lot of terrific battles between his teams at LSU. You talked about defending the three-point line. What is the key to doing that? How does a team defend the three successfully?
Well, I think the way that I feel like after you hear Coach Pearl talk is they're not going to pick up full court, so we're going to sprint back. You want to get about 2-3 giant steps in front of the three-point line and pick up your men, then start flattening them out, get the ball out of the middle of the floor, put it on one side where you have built-in defensive help.
The pregame medical report is presented by East Alabama Health. Their team of first responders are proud to provide first aid care at Neville Arena and every Auburn Athletics home event. No Abdul Bashir, everybody else healthy, ready to go. Philip Jovich, what can he add as he continues to get used to the physicality and speed of the game at this level? What does Auburn need from him tonight against a very good quality NC State team?
Well, I think we're still searching for that spark off the bench. And most of the time we hear about sparks off the bench, let's revert back to a year ago. One thing that we brought off the bench was a spark defensively and rebounding. And I think Philip can bring that to the table. Now, he's getting about 7 or 8, 9, maybe 10 points a game in a limited number of minutes, but he's getting 4 and 5 rebounds in that time. So his per minutes played, he's been very productive. We need that, and then one more scoring player to come off there with him to help kind of continue the offensive flow when we make substitutions.
That's off the bench. Obviously, Tahad Pettiford so critical against St. John's. Would love to see him get going offensively here at home.
Well, this young man's just really hard to guard.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch play, too.
All right, we're just about set for tip-off. We'll take our final pregame timeout. Starting lineups and the opening tip straight ahead. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Live Sports Radio, bringing you inside Neville Arena for all the action of men's and women's basketball game day with no delay. Every dunk, block shot, and steal, plus all the analysis from our Hall of Fame coaches, all with no delay. $25 new or $10 to reprogram the one you already have. Also, use it for every broadcast of home baseball and softball games this spring, all with no delay. With Live Sports Radio, presented by Alpha Insurance.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back, and it's still bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun. There's so much crispy, cheesy, saucy goodness, you may find yourself speechless when someone asks what's your favorite part. Not because you can't find the words, just because it's hard to talk when your mouth's full with this much deliciousness. The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back for a limited time. What a burger.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
At CB&S Bank, tradition runs deep. Since 1906, we've been serving families and communities with stability you can count on. And today, that legacy of service continues. Recognized by American Banker as the 16th best performing bank nationally and #1 in Alabama in their asset category. Being a team member is who we are, which is why we're proud to support Auburn University Athletics. So, bank with the best. Visit cbsbank.com to learn more. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're counting down to the opening tip. Time to introduce the starting 5.
Pettiford, top of the circle. He'll put up a 3 to tie it. It's good! Tahad between the circles. Screen from Jovich to the left wing for 3. Good.
Anytime you set a screen for Tahad Pettiford, he comes wide open. You better look out because he can shoot it in that hole.
Tahad Pettiford, Jersey City, New Jersey, Hudson Catholic High School.
Murphy ahead for Overton. Drives into the lane. To the basket. Good.
Beautifully done. Nice steal by Murphy. Made the outlet pass to Overton, and Overton took it coast to coast all the way.
At the top of the circle to Overton. Had the three, didn't take it. Shot clock at 16. Spins down the lane. Overton. Fade away. 8-footer. Good.
Beautiful little step back.
Kevin Overton, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Norman North High School.
Freeman. Elijah. Good step to the hole and jams it with two hands.
What a beautifully one dribble from way behind the three-point line. Used the Euro step and then slammed it home.
Wing for Freeman. Goes baseline to the basket. Shoots and missed it. Got it back and put it in.
Extra effort played.
Elijah Freeman, West Palm Beach, Florida, Wellington High School.
Shot is up and it rolls around the rim about 5 times, and Keyshawn Murphy.
What an effort. What an effort.
Gets a screen for Murphy. Gets to Murphy to the hole. Good. Murphy to Murphy at the top. He'll pop a wide open three. Good.
I think you're seeing the experience of Keyshawn Murphy come out in his late stages of the game.
Keyshawn Murphy, Birmingham, Alabama, Ramsey High School.
Gets it underneath. Hall up with a left-hand scoop. Left side Hall. Free ball Hall. Good. Right wing for Keyshawn Hall. Working outside the lane. Now into the lane. Bumps his man. Gets it back up. And in with a foul.
Nice one-on-one move by Keyshawn Hall.
Keyshawn Big R Hall, Cleveland, Ohio, James Ford Road.
The starting lineups have been presented by Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Auburn is 6-2 on the season. Number 20 in the AP poll, 24 in the coaches poll, number 34 in the NCAA and NCAA net, and 23 in the Ken Pom rating. Stephen Pearl from Tennessee in his first season as Auburn's head coach, a record of 7-2. NC State 5-2 on the season, coached by Will Wade from Clemson in his first season. And Raleigh, a record of 5-2, 12th season overall, a record of 251 and 107. Both the Wolfpack are receiving votes in both the AP and the coaches' polls. Paul McNeil Jr. at the point, 6'5" sophomore from Rockingham, Maryland, averaging 14 points, 4.3 rebounds. Trey Holloman on one wing, a 6'1" or 6'2" senior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, 11 points and a rebound a ball game. Darian Williams at the other wing, a 6'6" senior, transferred from Texas Tech where he played with Kevin Overton a year ago. 6'6" senior from Sacramento, California, 18.7 points, 5.4 rebounds a game. Quadir Copeland, 6'6" senior at the 4 out of Philadelphia, and a transfer from McNeese, averaging 13.5 points, 2.7 rebounds, and a team-leading 4.7 assists. And then on the inside, Ben Ellen Lubin, 6'9" senior out of Orlando, has played at both Notre Dame and North Carolina, averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds per game. The officials tonight, Bart Lennox, Courtney Green, and Vladimir Boyard-Tadal. This is the 75th consecutive sellout at Neville Arena, and folks are ready for the ACC SEC Challenge. Randall Dickey.
Well, they should be. It's an exciting time. Got a chance to get a quad one win right here. You got a chance to really make a statement for the conference. You got a chance to make a statement for your ball club because it's not going to get easier. You got a big trip that's coming up this weekend and the following 2 weekends. Going into the Christmas holiday vacation, you're going to be tested. You want to be in great frame of mind going into SEC play at the first of the year.
Yeah, the next 3 games after tonight, all 3 games are Saturday games. All 3 games are on the road. At Arizona this Saturday night at 9 o'clock Central. Our pregame coverage starts at 8:30. In a week from Saturday, Auburn plays Chattanooga and Holiday Hoopsgiving in Atlanta at State Farm Arena. That's a 3 o'clock tip-off. We'll be on the air at 2:30. And then right before Christmas, on December 21st, one of the teams that has been among those ranked number 1 this season, Purdue in Indianapolis. Indianapolis about an hour and a half away from West Lafayette. Auburn and Purdue from Cambridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. That's the 3 games for Auburn after tonight, leading into the Christmas break.
Well, I think the biggest thing is you take care of business at home, first and foremost. Tonight's the biggest night up until that point. We might as well get off to a good start, play fast, furious, tenacious defense, be mean and strong and hungry around that glass.
Auburn in the home white uniforms, tops and bottoms, the orange trim, blue numerals and lettering. NC State, the away red uniforms, tops and bottoms with the white numerals and black trim. There's the tap. It is, well, no one touched it on the way up or down. And we'll get another tap.
This tap
between Ben Lubin and Keyshawn Murphy.
It's a wonder that hadn't been a violation of him picking it up like that. I'm glad they're going to jump it again.
They do, and North Carolina State wins the tap. And Quadir Copeland, senior out of Philadelphia, hands the ball to to Holloman across midcourt. Top of the circle for Ben Lubin. Off the left wing now for Copeland. Copeland to Lubin at the top. Lubin looks left, dribbles right, picks it up after 2 dribbles, hands it to Holloman, turns the corner and turns it over. Here's Auburn the other way, led by Hall. Cross midcourt to Freeman near the left corner. Pulls it out on the wing. Top of the circle, Keyshawn Hall. 21 on the shot clock for Auburn. Just the start of things at the arena. Cross-court pass, right side it comes to Todd Pettiford. 13 to shoot for Auburn. Left wing Overton at the top for Murphy. Keyshawn with 8 to shoot. Freeman, low post. Hall knocked out of bounds by Copeland in front of the NC State bench, and Auburn will have 4.8 seconds to work with and will trigger on the sideline near the right corner. Freeman will trigger for Auburn.
NC State's playing a conservative man-to-man. They're not denying.
Inbound Hall, step back 3. Nobody was fouled.
Closed on him, shooter too fast. Gives Keyshawn Hall a chance to go to the line, and no better player that we have that you'd like to see there other than Keyshawn Hall.
Second in the SEC in both scoring and rebounding. An 89% free throw shooter for the Tigers. Leads the SEC in free throws attempted and made. 61 now of 68.
It's a good way to start. He's got a great rhythm when he goes to the free throw line. He does the same thing every time.
Second free throw. Good. And by the way, a foul in the first 50 seconds on NC State's leading scorer in Darian Williams.
There's not any doubt. I think they want to play a conservative, soft man-to-man, a containment man-to-man defense. That time he closed really hard when Keyshawn got ready to shoot.
Keyshawn, Rip City, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Auburn on top.
Tigers drop back right at midcourt. It's when they're going to start picking up their guy.
19:05 first half of play. Auburn 3, NC State nothing.
NC State's in a wide 5-out motion offense.
Lubin, McNeil, left wing, Holloman, way out of the wing. Picked up by Hall and a switch, 10 to shoot. Right wing, McNeil, top of the circle, guarded off the right side, it's Lubin. Lubin to the free throw line, turns on Murphy and loses it out of bounds. And a foul is whistled against Keyshawn Murphy. Now, we talked about that St. John's game in the first half. When Murphy got into trouble, Randall, that last 10 minutes of the half, it was completely different with Murphy out of that ball game, and he picks up a foul here in the first minute and 15 seconds of the ball.
Very similar offense. They threw it to the pinch post right at the corner of the elbow.
Lubin's free throw is good, 65% this season.
And Lubin took it one-on-one just right off the bat because they have the other 4 guys spread out beyond the three-point line. It opens up driving lanes. That's what NC State's trying to do.
The foul was against Hall, not Murphy. And Lubin makes both free throws.
Looks like NC State's going to pick up in a 2-2-1 zone press just to kind of a worry.
Pettiford steams forward. Brings it to the top of the circle with 20 to shoot. 3-2 Auburn. All free throws so far in this one. Overton, Murphy, left side for Overton outside the arc, 12 to shoot. Overton a screen for Murphy. He drives down the lane, kicks it into the corner. Wide open 3, Freeman. No. Long rebound pulled up. And here is McNeil the other way, down the lane. Hey. Lubin to the hole, put it up, he missed it. Here's Auburn the other way, Freeman with the rebound. Up the right sideline across midcourt. Kicks it to the corner. It goes to Tahad Pettiford. 3 ball short. And the rebound pulled in by Copeland for NC State. Lobs it ahead to Holm. Lost it, gains it back down the right side.
As we've heard in the scouting report, NC State's going to the basket.
Copeland, a fadeaway. He got it. Hit the iron, bounced straight up and fell through. 4-3 NC State. Auburn right now 0 of 2 from the field. Both attempts are three-pointers. Pettiford, a screen, brings it to the top. Off the right side, Hall. Hall inside the arc, kicks it into the corner. Freeman drives into the lane. Freeman underneath, intended for Murphy. He threw it out of bounds.
Looks like the driving lanes are going to be open for the Tigers to penetrate and pitch. Move is going to be there, so the Tigers have got to prepare their body before the ball gets there where they can take the shot on in rhythm.
Matt Abel, 11 of 35 from 3, and Musa Sanye, 16th freshman, into the ball game for NC State. Top of the circle, Williams inside the arc. McNeil drives, Euro step to the hole, good.
Their idea, they're going to try to isolate one-on-one and drive you up right to the basket.
6-3, NC State with the lead. Pettiford walks it across midcourt. Pettiford guarded by Copeland. Top of the circle, Hall, right side, Overton. Penetrates to the basket, goes up for the shot, it was blocked. And here's NC State the other way. McNeil across midcourt. Kicks it into the corner for Abel. To McNeil, top of the circle, Copeland. Copeland, a screen from Sanye. Inside the arc. Left wing for Abel. Goes baseline, and he stepped out of bounds in front of the Auburn bench. 6-3, North Carolina State, 16-42.
A couple of turnovers, too, for NC State right off the bat. Early in the game, that's a good sign. The Tigers are playing good, aggressive defense, but NC State is certainly on the attack offensively.
NC State to its bench again. Terrence Arsenault, who played against Auburn a year ago at Houston, into the lineup, replacing Darian Williams. Three-quarter court pressure by NC State. Auburn trails 6-3. Auburn still looking for his first field goal of the night. Pettiford picked up by Abel in that press. Drifts off the left side, across midcourt, right-hand dribble, 23 to shoot. Out the right side, Murphy straight away. Outside the arc. Murph down the lane, intended, it never got to Hall. Here's NC State the other way. Abel at the wing. To McNeil. Top of the circle for Copeland. Turns the corner, picked up by Murphy. Hesitates, spins in the lane. Fade away by Copeland, good.
They're getting that ball inside the paint. The Tigers have got to tighten up their defense a little bit.
8-3, North Carolina State. Freeman to the hole, goes up. Bad shot. May have been blocked, and here's NC State the other way. Auburn now 0 of 4 from the field.
Cannot go to the basket in a game like this and expect to not get hit or get a body put on you.
Watch out for a 3 here from State. Copeland off the left side. Outside the arc, penetrates. Baseline, shot is up, and a whistle and a foul against Auburn.
That was unfortunate right there, Elijah. 2 mistakes back-to-back. One a bad shot on one end, and he come right back down on an ensuing possession and foul.
Tonight's first half is presented by Southern Union, conveniently located just a few miles from Auburn. Southern Union offers classes that easily transfer to the university. Endless opportunities are right up the road. 15:46 to go in the first half. NC State 8, Auburn 3. Stay tuned, Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
On the court, a perfect assist sets up success. That's what the Ford F-150 truck can do for you. Whether you're up against a deadline or taking some time to unwind, F-150 delivers the power, capability, and reliability you need to make every play. From the worksite to the campsite, it's game on in the Ford F-150. This is Andy Bertram. For great offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. Whoa, Regal.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Alabama Power. When you cheer, we cheer. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
After Auburn scored the first 3 points on free throws by Keyshawn Hall, North Carolina State has gone on an 8-0 run. Auburn does not have a field goal. The Tigers have turned it over 3 times. And with 15:46 to go in the first half, NC State will be back at the free throw line and leads Auburn by a score of 8-3. What is NC State doing from a defensive standpoint, Randall, to stymie Auburn from an offensive standpoint?
Well, they're playing what you call a containment man-to-man defense. They're playing their man, but they're not way up, forcing you to drive it or forcing you to they're not denying passes. They're allowing you to run your offense, but they're just playing containment. The Tigers are just kind of in between whether to take the shot on the perimeter or whether to take the shot as they drive. I think the Tigers ought to drive it hard, drive to go score, and then if you get cut off, maybe you get a shot for a teammate.
Copeland for 2, and the first free throw is missed. Quadir Copeland, a senior from Philly, has played both at Syracuse and at McNeese, 74% free throw shooter. And he got the second to fall, and it's a 9-3 lead, 9-0 run right now by NC State. And against the press, Pettiford dribbled the ball out of bounds in front of the Auburn bench. That's 4 turnovers for Auburn here in the first 4.5 minutes.
That's all you ask for in that 2-2-1 zone press of North Carolina State. They're just trying to get you to cough it up 1 to 3 or 4 times a game.
Copeland in the lane for Sanye. Drives, and he dribbled it off of his hip and turned it over. Palmed the ball, actually, against Philip Jovic, and Auburn gets the ball back on a turnover. Trailing 9-3. Pettiford races forward across midcourt behind the back dribble. Is picked up by Quadir Copeland. On the wing, low post pass. Sebastian Williams-Adams at the top. Head fake at 3 by Hall. Low post, Jovic, 2-handle.
That's what we like to see. Keyshawn Hall had the shot. He pump fake, put it on the deck, drove it. They cut him off. Jovic's man took him, and he just laid it to him, and Phillip dunked it in.
9-5 NC State. Copeland, free throw line, dribbles the ball to the free throw line, and Auburn goes the other way. Here's Sway. Left wing, Hall gets a step to the basket, to the hole, put it up. It was nearly blocked. Comes to Overton. Free ball, Pettiford short. Rebound in the corner, Overton again.
2 quick pick cuts by Overton.
He'll pop a 3. Yes!
Hey, big 3-point shot. The speed of the game has changed, Andy, because of the insertion of Williams-Adams. He's come in and really sparked the Tigers defensively, and also the speed of their movement on the offensive end.
5-0 run, Tigers trail by 1. Copeland, big jump step left of the lane. Oh, almost threw it away. Down the lane, McNeil. 18-footer McNeil. Didn't get it, rebound Auburn. Hall the other way as Jovic goes down. Now gets up. Hall at the left wing for the Tigers. Shake and bake near the baseline left side. Out to the top, threw it away. Doggone it. Here's Abel the other way for NC State to Copeland.
Just a little bit shaky with that basketball tonight.
6 turnovers for Auburn. Abel, left wing. Head fake at 3 by Arsenault. Out to the top, Copeland. He'll pop a 3. Good.
He caught it in rhythm and just laid it in from the 3-point line. That was a penetrating pitch play. NC State is driving it hard, open up shooters on the perimeter.
Quickly up the floor. Pettiford all the way to the hole. Got it, a foul from the right side.
That's a physical, hard-nosed drive by Tahad Pettiford. Took it all the way to the basket, took the hit from the guy, drew the foul, but had enough to finish it off for a 2-point basket.
And an opportunity now for the and 1 for the leading scorer coming out of the Players Era Championship last week, where he averaged 22.3 points a game. Foul was whistled against Sanye. And Tahad at the free throw line trying to make it a 1-point game. Good.
That'll help a little bit with the percentage. We're a little low right now at 38% on field goals. NC State at 67. We've got to get a little bit of a defensive stops.
Holloman, top of the circle, Arsenault. On the right wing, Abel. Top of the circle for Lubin, back into the lineup. To the top for Holloman. Turns the corner, picks up the dribble. Left wing for McNeil. 12 to shoot. McNeil down the left side for Lubin. Goes baseline, reverse layup. It's good against Jovic.
Just kind of slid by baseline, which is something that you don't want to do, is give up the baseline. He had the angle on him and laid it in.
3-point lead for NC State, 13:05 in the first half of play. Pettiford walks it across midcourt to the right-hand dribble. Tahad maintains the dribble. Shot clock at 14. Spins out on the wing. Wants a screen. There's the screen. He's double-teamed. Passes it. Sway. Baseline right. Into the corner. 3-ball haul for the tie!
It's finally a good ball movement. Threw the ball to the block. The defense collapsed. Williams-Adams fanned the ball across the court to Keyshawn Hall. What a three-point shot.
Auburn has made its last three, and the Tigers have tied it. 14 apiece. Abel. Left wing, Holloman. Working on Hall with a screen from Lubin. Brings it top of the circle. Off the right side, Abel. That three was blocked. Here's Auburn the other way. Sebastian Williams-Adams drives to the hole. Reverse layup goes.
He went coast to coast after he got that, retrieved that deflection, put it on the deck. He went strong to the basket.
With the left hand, Sebastian Williams-Adams. 16-14 Auburn. 11:57 in the first half of play. Lubin at the top against Jovic. Throws it into the corner. 3-ball by Abel. He missed it. Weak side rebound. Tapped out to Holloman. Top of the circle, a 3. He didn't get that one. Rebound Hall with Jovic ahead.
Got
Hall
numbers.
drives all the way to the hole and in.
That's back-to-back, coast-to-coast plays won by Williams-Adams, and that time Keyshawn Hall has got this Neville Arena on their feet.
7 to run by Auburn. Tigers by 4, 18-14. McNeil inside the arc, back out, pops a 3, didn't get it. Rebound, low post, up, it's blocked out of bounds by Auburn. Timeout on the floor. 11:14 to go in the first. Auburn on a 7-0 run, and the Tigers have an 18-14 lead. Stay tuned, this is the Auburn Sports Network. Welcome back to the Ford F-150 Truck Highlight Show.
We saw an outstanding performance, Andy.
It wasn't just a performance, Gabe. F-150 sent a message.
I mean, come on. Towing, payload, technology. It's one highlight after another.
Gabe, it's always game on with a Ford F-150. For the latest offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Where were you when this happened?
Denver Jones up the floor. Auburn's ball. Denver drives, going down, puts it up. He didn't get it. Tap up by Rose. It's good! 1.2 seconds. Inbound Jones from behind midcourt for the win. No good! Auburn won it! Auburn won it! Holy cow!
Don't miss the next heart-pounding moment on the Auburn Sports Network.
Back at Neville Arena, Brad Law with a check to the Yellowwood scoreboard. Well, the SEC needed to go +6 tonight to tie it. In fact, they just need to sweep every game, all 7, in order to win, because the ACC went 9-3 or 6-3 yesterday. Well, the SEC's 3-0 so far today on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Arkansas handled Louisville 89-80 in Fayetteville. Alabama staved off a second-half rally by Clemson. Crimson Tide beat the Tigers 90-84. And in overtime in Boston, LSU beats Boston College 78-69. Nice start for the conference. They're 3-0 tonight. And here, Auburn leads NC State 18-14. 11-14 to go in the first half. back to Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey.
At the 15:46 mark of this half, it was an 8-3 lead for North Carolina State. Auburn was still looking for its first field goal of the night. Since that time, in the next 4 minutes and 32 seconds, Auburn has gone on a 15-6 run. That includes 2 threes, but primarily getting the ball to the basket. Right now, Auburn is on a 7-0 run in the last 128, and 5 of its last 5, Randall Dickey, from the field.
But the game changed when Williams-Adams came in the game. He brought energy. The speed of the offense picked up. We got the moving the ball from one side of the floor to the other. We found Keyshawn Hall on one side, went back-to-back layups with Pettiford and Williams-Adams again. But the speed that he brought, the rebounding prowess that he had, just the way that he's moved made everybody else move quicker, and then we've fallen into a good rhythm.
18 to shoot for North Carolina State. NC State will trigger baseline right. Holloman looking for an inbound. Underneath, shot is up. It was blocked by Sebastian Williams-Adams. Auburn on the break ahead. Ball deflected out of bounds by Arsenault, and Auburn will keep it. They tried to feed Williams underneath, but Sway blocked his shot.
Really made a nice play right there. He's just impacting the game in all areas right now.
Inbound in the backcourt, Caden Magwood into the ball game at the point for Auburn. Freshman out on the left wing out of Louisville. Gets a screen, brings it top of the circle, lobs it to the low post. Sebastian Williams-Adams against Williams. Got a step on him, drives to the hole and scores.
There he is again, made a quick one-on-one move. They isolated him off the short corner. Quick first step and laid it in the basket.
20-14, Auburn on top. Holland all the way to the hole, put it up over Jovic, high off the glass, and he scores.
Wow, that's a true kiss off the top of the glass right there.
Stops a 9-0 run by Auburn. First field goal in the last 7 for NC State. Tigers lead it by 4, 20-16. 10.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. Magwood on the left wing, working on Holloman there. Gets a screen from Sway, brings it top of the circle. Right wing Hall, further down the right wing, Overton. Kevin, couple dribbles, brings it out to the sideline. Shot clock down to 8. Overton on the wing, long 3, bang!
Wow, that's 2 threes that he's hit early in this first half. Really nice job by KO.
NC State quickly up the floor. Holloman, left wing, Williams for 3. Didn't get it. Weak side rebound, whistle foul. The big guy, Scotty Ebube, knocked down Jovic on the play, and Auburn will get the ball back, leading 23-16.
As big as he is, he must have took a big breath right there, and then when he exhaled, Philip Jovic just went flying through the air.
Scotty Ebube, 6'10", 280, senior out of Mundelein, Illinois, has played both at SIU, Carbondale, and Wyoming. Magwood, Sway in the backcourt, couple of the Auburn freshmen. Sebastian Williams-Adams across midcourt, lobs it right wing, Murph, 4-3, good!
Splash by the Thurfee, and an assist by Williams-Adams. He has changed this game defensively. He led the break that time, penetrated to the free throw line, got inside the heart of the defense, kicked it out, and Murphy buried the shot.
Auburn has hit 4 straight threes. Leads it by 10. Right wing, Breed, low post, Williams. Off the right wing, Breed again. Drives, running one-hander off the glass, didn't get it. Rebound Murphy, outlet Magwood, Auburn on the break. Has Overton down the right side, Magwood. Stop and pop, 15-footer, buried.
Oh, that's a great decision by the young freshman. He drove it hard, he didn't have the numbers, just pulled up at the elbow and shot it in.
And a timeout called by Will Wade and NC State. Auburn has hit its last 9 field goals. Tigers on a 17-2 run and have opened up a 12-point lead, 28-16. 9:23 to go in the first half of play. What has Auburn done differently offensively after a rather slow start, Randall?
Their speed of the ball, moving from one side of the floor to the other, attacking the basket and making the decision of whether to go all the way for the layup or to kick it out to the open three-pointer. Those decisions have made the difference in this game, but Williams-Adams has impacted it. I really believe changed the team, speed, defense, the offense, but he is impacted by blocking shots, defensive rebounding, and also leading the break.
8 different Auburn players have played. 8 different Auburn players have scored here in the first 10 and a half minutes of the half. Tigers up 28-16. Following the 30-second timeout by Will Wade. NC State ball. Lubin Down the right side, Williams, bumped by Murphy. Shoots over Murphy and scores.
Looks like that's their go-to play after a timeout, is get it to that pinch post or that elbow and then drive it up.
Magwood speeds forward for Auburn against the press. 9 minutes to go in the first half. Auburn leads 28-18. Magwood works out at the top. Bounce pass off the left side for Hall outside the arc. Screen for Murphy. Out at the top, outside the arc. Hall, low post for Murph. Murph spins. 8 to shoot. Tried to throw it into the corner for Magwood. It never got there. Stolen by Arsenault. Ahead to Williams for North Carolina State. Kicks it right wing. Drive to the hole. Jump step, Copeland. Shoots over Hall and missed it. Rebound fought for. Goes out of bounds. Auburn basketball.
Well, we got a good team rebound at that time. We were fighting for the basketball. Two of us in there. Murphy and Hall was in there trying to get it. And it bounced out of bounds. Fortunately, we got that call right there.
Magwood across midcourt, 25 to shoot for Auburn, 8:20 in the first half. Tigers lead it by 10. Magwood near the right hash in front of the NC State bench. Screen from Sway. Magwood, left side, Overton, another three ball. This was off the left side of the iron. And the rebound pulled in by Arsenault. He brings the ball up the floor for NC State. Arsenault, top of the key. Off the left wing. Head fake at three by Copeland. Back to Arsenault at the point. Right wing, Breed. Low post pass. Lubin spins on Murphy. Throws it over midcourt. Was it deflected? No, it was not.
Should be over and back right there.
Is.
Good defensive, good possession to win.
Allen Breed ran it down at their baseline, and Auburn gets the ball on a turnover. 7:47 in the first. Auburn 28, NC State 18. Tiger ball when we come back. Auburn basketball brought to you by Auburn Opelika Tourism. Start your next visit to the Plains at aotourism.com. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Back to Neville Arena for more Auburn basketball.
7:47 to go in the first half. Auburn ball when action returns. 28-18. Tigers lead the Wolfpack of NC State. Reminder to you, we're at Baumhauer's Victory Grill for Tiger Talk tomorrow night on the Auburn Sports Network. 6 o'clock Central Time. Brad Law and yours truly, along with Jacob Hillman. Our guests include Auburn men's basketball coach Stephen Pearl, Auburn women's basketball coach Larry Vickers, and you at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. It will be our last time at Baumhauer's for this calendar year. So we hope to stop by. Make dinner plans to be at Baumhauer's tomorrow night. Auburn right now has hit 9 of its last 10 field goals. On the other hand, NC State 2 of 11. All right, asked about offense the last time down. What is Auburn doing from an offensive standpoint of late?
Well, they've changed their defense. They're not switching as much, but they're only switching guard to guard and forward to forward. They're not switching all 5 guys, especially when Murphy's into the game. One of the things they can do is that versatility of Williams, Adams, and Hall. They can switch and defend, but NC State continues to drive it up. One of my keys to the game was to limit the three-point shots. We've only given NC State one up to this point. Let's continue that throughout the rest of this half and the game.
Blake Mashalik into the lineup for Auburn at the 2. The inbound comes to Sebastian Williams-Adams at the free throw line. Spins down the lane, went up for a shot. The ball was stripped out of his hand. And here's NC State the other way. Copeland, left wing, 3 ball. Williams, good.
Just that quick, one dribble, one pass, and a jump shot from the 3. How quick NC State gets down the floor on that turnover by the Tigers.
Williams has scored the last 5 for NC State, 28-21 Auburn. Magwood, left wing. Bounce pass, Hall, top of the circle. Drives down the right side of the lane. Kicks into the corner, Mashalik. Head fake at 3. Gets held. Ball loose. NC State has it. Here's Abel to the free throw line. Right wing Copeland. Spins outside the arc. It's Williams. To the top, core Copeland. Right wing Williams. Drives to the top. Copeland, a long 3. Good. And that's what they do.
Back-to-back threes. I shouldn't have said anything. We held them to 1-3, and now all of a sudden they've hit 2 more.
8-0 run since the timeout by Will Wade by NC State. They're within 4. Magwood. Off the left wing, Sebastian Williams-Adams throws it out of bounds, left wing. Turnovers, that's the 9th of the first half for Auburn.
Yeah, we're making too many. We're trying to speed the ball a little bit quicker around the horn to try to find the open guy.
Hall and Magwood out. Pettiford and Freeman back in for Auburn. It's a 28-24 lead for the Tigers. Auburn has led by as many as 12 in the half. 8-0 run right now by NC State. Breed off the left wing. Throws it into the Auburn bench.
That's good defense. That's switching defenses, or switching when they interchange or any DHO dribble handoffs. Anytime they do that, the Tigers are switching on the perimeter, and it's really got NC State messed up.
Pettiford, shadowed by Copeland. Across midcourt with 23 to shoot. 6-12 first half, Auburn by 4 with the ball. Murphy, hands, Pettiford at the top. Had the 3-4, just a second, didn't take it. Now he'll pop a long 3. Nope. Rebound deflected to the baseline, and it comes to McNeil for NC State. Left sideline, Williams around Pettiford in the left corner. 3 ball, it is good by Abel.
They kind of run a little bit of a sideline break that time. They went from the midcourt to the elbow to the corner for a 3.
And there's a turnover. They're 4-on-1 the other way. 3 ball, Abel for the lead. In and out. Rebound, Freeman for Auburn. 11-0 run right now by NC State. Mashalik. He'll pop a 3. No. Rebound to NC State the other way. Williams up the right sideline. Picked up by Mashalik. Down the lane. Wraparound. Shot is up, and it is good by Copeland. Copeland, by the way, has 12, and NC State has a 29-28 lead with 5:23 to go in the first half. A 13-0 run by NC State, and Stephen Pearl calls a 30-second timeout.
Well, we just got to tighten up our game on both ends. I think the Tigers had that lead. They went on that run, and they got relaxed just a little bit. But it's 7:47. It was 28-18. Now it's 29-28. The Tigers have not scored in that segment. Scoring drought is about 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Tigers got to be better than that. We're just not moving into the basketball with our hands, trying to catch it when anytime that it's important that a passer make a good pass, but you've got to, as a receiver, you've got to help him meet the pass, kind of run your hands into the ball. We've got to get that thing going from side to side quicker than the defense can adjust, and that's going to open up shots.
In that 4 minute and 8 second span where the Tigers haven't scored, Auburn has 5 turnovers. There's a lot of empty possessions for Auburn right now.
They're going to try to run a set play here, try to dictate where the shot comes from.
Overton back into the line, up to the left wing. Inside the arc, Sebastian Williams-Adams through a double team, and he was fouled on his drive to the basket. I think by Quadir Copeland. Yep.
Yeah, I think they want to isolate. They really look good. They know that Williams-Adams is feeding him a little bit tonight. They're trying to isolate him one-on-one, and he drew the foul.
NC State by 1, Auburn ball. Pettiford off the inbound. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Kevin to Pettiford off the right wing. Freeman puts it on the floor, drives baseline, kicks it into the corner for Overton. Drives into the lane, 15-foot fadeaway, nobody's fouled. McNeil will be called for the foul. It will send Overton to the line, but he is a little slow to get up. He gets up, and I think it's his lower back, maybe his hip.
Yeah, I think he landed on probably the largest part of his body right there, kind of on his gluteus maximus there. It kind of bounced like a little basketball, and that sometimes don't feel very good when it hits like that. Maybe he can walk it off, but he made a nice move. I'm glad he got fouled. He's got a chance to get 2 free throws out of it.
Foul was whistled against McNeil. It's his first. It is the 5th against NC State. Auburn has been whistled for just 2 fouls in this first half, and Overton at the line for 2, where he's shooting 76%. Free throw in the air by Kevin. It's good.
Well, it's important this last 56 seconds before the 4-minute media. The Tigers kind of regain their composure a little bit offensively, execute a little bit better, cash in on some other baskets just like Kevin's doing right here.
Kevin can give Auburn the lead at the 4:56 mark, and he does.
Just a solid player. He's hit 2 threes tonight, got 2 free throws. He's off to a pretty good start with 7 points.
30-29 Auburn. Copeland, top of the circle, picked up by Jovic. Jovic drives on Copeland drives on Jovic, pops and shoots and misses. Ball deflected around, run down by Abel near midcourt for NC State. Shot clock at 18. Abel running one-hander short. Rebound tapped, and it's run down on the sideline by Freeman. Here's Auburn the other way. Freeman, left-hand pass over to low post for Jovic. Gets bumped again, spins, wrap around Sebastian Williams-Adams. He's double-teamed, ball deflected, and here's NC State the other way. It's
another
Auburn.
turnover there for the Tigers.
That's 11 for Auburn in this first half. Williams, left wing, Copeland. McNeil, Copeland, wide open 3-ball left wing. You didn't get it. Auburn fortunate there, rebound Overton the other way. Auburn by 1, Tiger basketball. Overton at the top. He'll pop a long 3. Good!
He's feeling it a little bit tonight. 3 threes, 1, 2 free throws. He has got 11 quick points on 3 of 5 shooting, 3 for 4 from the 3, 2 for 2 for the line in 13 minutes.
33-29 Auburn. NC State basketball. Copeland picked up by Overton, left wing. McNeil back to Copeland at the point, inside the arc, down the right side of the lane. Drives to the hole, and he got it.
He's such an offensive force. He can hit the 3, he can drive it to the basket. He is really an active player for North Carolina State.
Copeland has 15 to lead everybody. Pettiford, left wing bounce pass Overton. Kevin backs it up on the wing. Long 3-ball off the left side. And the rebound pulled in by NC State. Left wing, corner, 3-ball, Abel. No, hit the side of the backboard. Rebound out of there, Overton. Ahead to Pettiford. To Hod at the right wing. Sets up the offense with 22 to shoot. Screen from Jovic. Splits a double team. Underneath on a pass, and Hod was fouled on the play with 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first half, and we have a timeout. With each Tigers 3-pointer, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services makes a $25 donation to Outlive, which benefits local cancer patients and treatment centers. Auburn 33, NC State 31. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for more than a degree? At Auburn's Harbert College of Business, we give you the competitive edge that sets you apart. Our programs combine classroom knowledge with practical experience, supported by mentors and career experts who align your education with your goals. It's a personalized approach that builds confidence and creates opportunities. Be ready to lead. Be ready to innovate. Harbert College of Business, inspiring business. Learn more at harbert.auburn.edu.
Hey, Mom, sorry for the late message. It's been absolutely crazy here. And this morning, I went for a run on Kailua Beach and saw the most insane sunrise. I sent some photos. And then this afternoon, we worked on another Black Hawk. My new unit is amazing. I'm learning a ton. And guess what? You called it. I'm going surfing on Sunday. And we're going to... All right, yeah, cool. Be right there. I gotta go. I'll see you next week. I love you.
Learn how you can be all you can be at GoArmy.com.
Ants in the kitchen, termites under the floor, mosquitoes in the backyard. It's a full court infestation. Don't let them score. Call Cook's Pest Control. Nobody beats Cook's when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right, guaranteed. With Cook's on your team, your home's defense is unstoppable.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie. Cook's Pest Control.
Back at Neville Arena, new Auburn football coach Alex Golesh addressing this sold-out crowd. They are on their feet as the new football coach addresses the masses here at Neville Arena. We're 2 minutes and 50 seconds away, of game action away, from Conecuh halftime, where we'll take a comprehensive look at the Yellowwood scoreboard, including a good start to day 2 of the SEC-ACC Challenge for the Southeastern Conference. A look around Auburn athletics, the pertinent stats from the first 20 minutes, all coming up on Conecuh halftime as Coach Golesh finishes his remarks and heads off the floor. He acknowledged Cody Burns during those remarks and then got drowned out by the applause from the crowd as a lot of good energy right now surrounding Auburn football as they go into this offseason. Good energy in the building for the basketball team who leads NC State 33-31. 2 minutes and 50 seconds away from Conecuh halftime. We send it back to Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey.
Brad, I had a chance to sit down and talk with the new head football coach this afternoon. You can watch that interview in its entirety on the War Eagle Plus Content Network. Tomorrow morning at 9 is when that will air. You can watch it all the time after, but that's the first time it'll air tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. All right, Auburn by 3, 33-31. Inbound Freeman, right corner, lobs to the baseline for Hall against Lubin. Spins past him to the hole, no, but he was fouled by Lubin.
Hall's been a little bit silent. North Carolina State's done a good job defending him. On the baseline, out of bounds, they isolate him one-on-one. He's so hard to guard. He either scores or he gets fouled. That time he gets fouled, so he's got a chance to get a couple free throws.
It says something about Keyshawn Hall and what he has done for Auburn in the first 8 games is that he kind of feels like he has been silent, yet he has 8 points in the first half.
He is a productive player, and he gets his points in multiple ways is the thing that I like about his game. He can score 3. He's a 3-level scorer, and he really can make free throws.
First free throw was good. Second free throw, good.
Big 2:44 left in the first half. Time for the Tigers to tighten up, go in at halftime, and extend this lead.
Holloman inside the arc for Van Allen Lubin. To the right wing, 3 ball for Holloman. Didn't get it. Rebound Hall.
There he is again. Good rebound.
Outlet Pettiford. Auburn by 4 with the ball. Pettiford, wing. Hall, head fake at 3 on the right wing. Now brings it out near midcourt with 20 to shoot for the Tigers. Wants a screen from Jovic. Gets it. Gets the ball. Tried to pass it to Jovic. It was too far. That's Auburn's 12th turnover. McNeil all the way to the hole. Ball was blocked. Rebound. Shot is up. It's missed. Rebound.
What a block by Tahad.
Todd blocked it. Then Overton tied up the man. It was a jump ball, and Auburn gets the arrow.
He looked like he was on a trampoline that time. Tahad Pettiford came from nowhere above that rim to block that shot.
35-31 Tigers. 2 minutes in the first half of play. Pettiford across midcourt for Auburn. He works at the top against Arsenault. Hands the ball to Hall straight away. Hall. Behind the back dribble. Hands it to Freeman. To Pettiford at the top. Screen from Jovic. Off the right side, Freeman. Penetrates to the hole.
Whoa!
Right hand hammer!
Up and away by Elijah. High flying Freeman.
Woo! 37-31 Auburn. Ball deflected to the wing for Abel. At the top, off the left side, it's Holloman. Guarded by Overton. Picks it up to Lubin at the top of the circle. Drives on Jovic to the hole. He didn't get it.
Good
Phillip
defense.
gets the rebound. Auburn the other way, leading by 6. 1:17 in the first. Pettiford at the top. Underneath, threw it away. And they get a breakout. McNeil to the hole, and he dunks it.
Ooh, the turnovers really has hurt the Tigers. We've been so productive offensively. We shot the ball with
Here's what I predict about the trend. And Auburn has 13 in the first half. Auburn only averages 9 a game. Watch that number go down. Now, watch that number stay where it is in the second half. Auburn, I almost guarantee, will not have this amount of turnovers, and yet Auburn still leads this game by 4.
And they're shooting 45%. They're holding NC State to a 39% clip from the field goal. Everything is going our way if we just wouldn't give them other opportunities.
Auburn has given NC State 16 points off turnovers here in the first half. Keyshawn Hall, left wing for Freeman, Freeman, bounce pass, Hall to the hole, good.
And a quick move, baseline, good pass by Elijah Freeman. Hall took it one bounce to the basket on the baseline. Outstanding move.
40 seconds in the first half. Right wing, Copeland. Top of the circle, Lubin to the left wing for Williams. Williams against his former teammate, the 2 number 1s. That's Overton. Fade away. No, and a foul on Kevin.
KO thought he had him defended that time.
His first foul. Will send Darian Williams to shoot to 82% from the line. All Big 12 first team a year ago. And the preseason player of the year in the ACC. That was former teammate against teammate working on each other there.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of pride in that one-on-one matchup that time.
Williams will get a couple. 28 and 7, 10 seconds in the first. Free throw in the air, and it is good. Originally out of Sacramento, California, Bishop Gorman High School. Started his career at Nevada, then at Texas Tech. Jovic out, Murphy in for Auburn.
Well, he excelled at Texas Tech, and then it's amazing how well the ACC thinks of him, voting him as
how about that?
The preseason All-ACC Player of the Year and one on the first team. He has a great reputation and great respect.
He knocked home both free throws. NC State 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 5 of 6, and Auburn is 8 of 8. Final 28 and a half seconds of the first half. Auburn
really
39, State 35.
Big possession right here. We need to get a good shot. They're going to a 1-3-1 zone. They change defenses to try to mess the Tigers up here a little bit.
20
they
on the
attack at the high post in the short corner.
Pettiford dribbles through 3 NC State players, and as he gets to the top of the key, he is fouled. Auburn in the bonus, and Tahad will be at the line to shoot a 1 and bonus.
Well, we were fortunate there. That's one of the things that's hurt the Tigers. We probably have gone, it's created so many turnovers. If we've gone one bounce too far, that time Tahad dribbled into 3 guys. Fortunately, we got the call. He's got 2 free throws, 17 seconds left. We've got to win this next defensive battle.
Arsenault's first foul of the night. Pettiford 3 points in the first half. Out of Hudson Catholic Regional School, Jersey City, New Jersey. A 1 and bonus for Tahad. First is good. Coming off of a career-high 27 points against St. John's a week ago tonight in Las Vegas. Gives Auburn a 5-point lead with 17.3 seconds to go in the half.
He's someone you can't forget about as far as opponents are concerned, because Tahad Pettiford can put points up quick.
Second free throw is nothing but nylon.
We're going to protect him a little bit because he does foul-wise. We just don't want him to pick up anything cheap, and that's going to give us a bigger lineup defensively.
And if Auburn gets the ball back, it'll be Overton at the point.
Yep.
All right, final 15 seconds of the half. Auburn up by 6. Copeland, top of the circle. I think State looks for a 3 here. Copeland, right wing, outside the arc against Sway. 4 seconds. Copeland, corner, 3 balls for State. Didn't get it. Rebound, Auburn. First half comes to a close.
Good defensive battle right there. A good win in that possession. Give the Tigers some momentum going into halftime.
NC State went 1 of its last 7 from the field, and Auburn at the half in the ACC SEC Challenge against NC State leads the Wolfpack by a score of 41-35. Time now for Conecuh halftime. Here's Brad Law.
At one point, Auburn led 28-16. Will Wade called a timeout. NC State responded with a 13-0 run. Stephen Pearl called timeout at that point, and the Tigers closed the half, outscoring the Pack 13-6. A couple of really smart coaching maneuvers in that first half of play. All right, a 6-point lead for the Tigers, and we'll start Conecuh halftime with a check of scores from the SEC ACC Challenge on the Yellowwood scoreboard. They have gone to the half in Nashville, where unbeaten Vanderbilt leads unbeaten SMU 48-38, and these two teams shooting about what you would expect these two high-scoring teams to shoot. Vandy shooting almost 62% from the floor in the first half of play. Already they have two in double figures, led by Tyler Tanner. He has 14 to lead all scorers in the first half. SMU shooting 48% in its own right, but it's Vanderbilt with a double-digit lead. Commodores are dangerous. They're up 10 on the Mustangs as they get set to start the second half. It is less offensive in Austin. It is Virginia's defense controlling the tempo of the game against Texas. Cavaliers way out in front of the Horns at the half, 46-27. And like Vanderbilt was shooting such a high percentage, the Virginia team is holding Texas under 30% from the floor. And so the Cavaliers have the advantage in that game. All right, other scores on the Yellowwood scoreboard. Games in progress now. It is Mississippi State leading Georgia Tech 37-28. Bulldogs have the advantage in Atlanta at the half. Solid defensive start here as those two teams look to break some losing streaks. State's dropped 4 in a row. Tech on a 2-game losing streak. Finals from earlier today. It was 25th ranked Arkansas leading post to post and beating 6th ranked Louisville 89-80 in Fayetteville today. 15th ranked Alabama down a couple of starters. Were able to hold off a late rally by Clemson 90-84. Tigers were down 15 at the half and fought back to lead momentarily in Tuscaloosa, but the Crimson Tide closed it out and finished with the 6-point win. And LSU survived Boston College in overtime, 78-69. Finals last night in the SEC ACC Challenge. It was a 6-3 night for the ACC. Duke a winner over Florida. North Carolina beat Kentucky. Syracuse topped Tennessee by 2. Miami beat Ole Miss. Notre Dame got by Missouri, handed Mizzou its first loss of the year. And Virginia Tech survived South Carolina in overtime. Wins for the conference came from Georgia over Florida State, Texas A&M over Pitt, and Oklahoma over Wake Forest. That's a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard here at the half. Your Tigers lead the Wolfpack 41-35. We'll take a look around Auburn athletics when we come back to Conecuh halftime. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
On the court, a perfect assist sets up success. That's what the Ford F-150 truck can do for you. Whether you're up against a deadline or taking some time to unwind, F-150 delivers the power, capability, and reliability you need to make every play. From the worksite to the campsite, it's game on in the Ford F-150. This is Andy Burchett. For great offers on the official truck of the Auburn Tigers, see your local Ford dealer today. Whoa, Regal.
War Eagle Plus is the premier subscription experience for Auburn fans. It's inside access and unmatched experiences with the teams and student athletes you love. Subscriptions are available at 6 pricing levels, each unlocking access to deeper experiences and providing greater impact for Auburn student athletes. Members receive discounted concessions at all home athletic events, VIP experiences, team store credit, priority entry to select athletic events, monthly giveaways, plus access to the War Eagle Plus content network. Heisman level members or above will also now receive 1 Tigers Unlimited Foundation priority point for every dollar contributed through their War Eagle Plus subscription. Explore the site and join today. auburntigers.com/War Eagle Plus.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment, We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
This is Conecuh halftime from Neville Arena. Auburn leads NC State 41-35 in this matchup of two teams ranked in the top 40 in the initial net ratings. Been a game of runs so far, and the Tigers lead by half a dozen. Time to take a look around Auburn athletics, presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you. Women's basketball in action earlier today in the women's version of the SEC ACC Challenge. Syracuse escaped its home court with a win over the Tigers in overtime, 66-60. Harrison Koulibaly, the freshman, with 17 points. Caitlin Duhan with 15 in the losing effort. It took overtime, but the Orange hand Auburn just its second loss of the season. A long break now, a layoff for the women's team for final exams. They will be in action again, not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday, December 14th, at Seton Hall. They will then play 3 games in a span of 5 days. They will play at Seton Hall, at Middle Tennessee, and then back home. 2 weeks from tomorrow, the Tigers are home against Alcorn State. Go to AUBTIX, AUBTix.com, or go to the tickets section of the Auburn Game Day app to get your tickets for that Alcorn State game or the Jackson State game on Monday, December 28th, or many conference games that are coming up for Coach Larry Vickers and company. Coach Vickers scheduled to be with us tomorrow night, as is Stephen Pearl on Tiger Talk. That's our next broadcast here on the Auburn Sports Network. 6 Central tomorrow night, Tiger Talk, live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn. We hope you'll join us either at the restaurant or on an affiliate near you, or the app, or on War Eagle Plus. Speaking of War Eagle Plus, Andy Burcham sat down with new head football coach Alex Golesh today for the first interview. And you can watch the first interview with Coach Golesh tomorrow beginning at 9 a.m. Central. That's when it's available tomorrow. You can watch it anytime after that. You don't have to tune in. You say, I can't make it at 9, I can only make it at 10. That's okay. You can watch it at 10. It's available at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on War Eagle Plus. Head over to wareagleplus.com and check out all of the offerings from the War Eagle Plus content network and more at wareagleplus.com. Basketball on top of NC State, 41-35 at Neville Arena. We'll give you the stats from the first 20 minutes when Conecuh halftime continues in a moment.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
At East Alabama Health, our team of employees and physicians is ranked among the best season after season. In the past year alone, Becker's has named us one of the top 150 places to work in healthcare. Newsweek has called us the best in-state hospital. And for the second year in a row, Newsweek also named us as one of America's best maternity hospitals. But you know what makes us most proud at East Alabama Health? Is being an official partner of the Auburn Tigers. Join our winning team today at eastalabamahealth.org.
Welcome back to You Did a Thing, the only game show that rewards tiny victories with the new Frosted Berry Whataburger from Whataburger. Today's contestant is being challenged to spell his niece's name. He's writing to Haley on the gift, and he spelled it with an E-I-G-H. That's correct. You've earned a new Frosted Berry Whataburger with blueberry bursties, topped with sweet cold whip. Also enjoy prickly pear raspberry for a limited time.
Hey Auburn fans, if you're a nursing mother, wounded veteran, special needs family, or caring for an elderly loved one, Snazzy is here to support you. This season, snag free parking passes for select families at Jordan-Hare Stadium. Plus, Snazzy gives away a VIP package every home game. Nominate someone in these groups at snazzy.org. Everything Snazzy does is thanks to Carrier, the inventors of modern air conditioning. Head to snazzy.org now to learn more and apply. Snazzy, accessibility for all. Hall, behind the back dribble, hands it to Freeman, to Pettiford at the top, screen from Jovich. Off the right side, Freeman penetrates to the ball.
Right hand hammer. Up and away by Elijah. High-flying Freeman. Woo.
Well, that'll be on highlight shows for the rest of the night and into tomorrow morning. Elijah Freeman with his own flight number. 41-35, Auburn leads NC State. About 5 minutes to go in Conecuh halftime. Let's take a look at your first half stats. Those are presented by SeatGeek. Auburn basketball fans, SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you could be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling basketball tickets, SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Auburn basketball. Let's go Tigers, SeatGeek. Auburn missed its first 3 shots, finished 13 for 19 in the first half, a total of 13 of 22 for 59%, and the Tigers drained 5 of their 11 threes and all 10 of their free throws in the first half. NC State started 3 for 4, finished 10 for 30, total of 13 of 34 for 38%. Wolfpack 4 of 14 from 3, well below their season average. They shot 28.5% from Trey Land in the first half, and at the free throw line they connected on 5 of 6. Auburn had an advantage on the glass, 17-12. 5 offensive rebounds for NC State, but they didn't convert any of those into second chance points. Where they did have a decided advantage was points off turnovers. Auburn gave it away an uncharacteristic 13 times. NC State turned those into 16 points. They doubled up Auburn in points off turnovers in the first half, 16-8. Quadir Copeland, the leading individual scorer for either side. He had 15 to lead NC State. They also got 7 from Darion Williams, 1 rebound, and a team-best 3 assists in the first half. For Auburn, pretty balanced scoring, and they got contributions from 8 different players in the scoring column, 2 in double figures. KO in double figures for the first time in the first half this year. He had 11 points, and he tied for the team lead with 4 rebounds. Keyshawn Hall was the leading scorer for Auburn with 12 points and 3 rebounds. He was 5 of 5 at the free throw line. Rounding out the scoring for the Tigers, 5 points for Tahad Pettiford, plus a career-high 4 blocks, also 2 rebounds and 1 assist. 4 points in the first half for Sebastian Williams-Adams. He also had a couple of assists and a steal and a block. He was all over the place. And then 3 points for Keyshawn Murphy and 2 apiece for Elijah Freeman on that dunk that you heard. Filip Jovic and Caden Magwood knocked down a jumper in 4.5 minutes off the bench. So, Auburn on top by 6. We thank you for listening to Conecuh Halftime. When we come back, Andy Burcham and Randall Dickey take you through the second half. Auburn 41, NC State 35. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
This is Ray Hornsby at Affordable Comfort Cooling Systems and Plumbing. We believe our work is more than just AC and plumbing repairs. It is about serving people with integrity and care. As a Christian-owned company, we take Colossians 3:23 to heart. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men. That's why at ACCS and Plumbing, we do the job right the first time and always stand behind our work. Honest service, faith-driven values. Give us a call today or visit accsauburn.com to learn more. That's accsauburn.com.
Alabama license number 12084.
Summer's here and the open road is calling. RV Roadway answers the call with new and used RVs from the top brands you trust, all ready for your next adventure. With 2 Alabama locations in Opelika and Calera, RV Roadway is ready to help you hit the road in style. And if you need maintenance, their expert service center keeps you rolling smoothly all summer long. Start your journey at RVRoadway.com. RV Roadway, where we sell RVs for less.
Get ready, Auburn. The ultimate hunting and outdoor experience is coming soon with Winter Timber Outdoors. For those who know the difference, we've got you covered. From premium firearms and trusted ammo to the largest selection of knives and Sitka gear built for the extreme. Winter Timber Outdoors is your one-stop hunting shop. Plus, check out our lifestyle apparel and our On Cloud running shoes. Find us at 2049 East University Drive across from the Auburn Mall next to Walmart or online at wintertimberoutdoors.com.
1907. Auburn had no paved roads, no local newspaper, a few automobiles, very little electricity or indoor plumbing, and one bank, Auburn Bank. For all these years, we've had a part in shaping and serving Auburn, Opelika, and East Alabama, a steadfast partner to our customers, meeting financial needs at just the right times. How do we know our community so well? Because we've grown up together. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Second half about to begin at Neville Arena. Auburn 41 and North Carolina State 35. Quick key for the Tigers second half, Randall Dickey.
Just stop turning the basketball over. 13 turnovers in the first half. Way too many. The Tigers have played phenomenal. They're shooting 59% from the field, 45 from the three, and 100% from the line. Only negative on the stat sheet is the turnovers.
Yeah, that's got to stop. 13 turnovers for Auburn turned into 16 points for NC State. Pettiford, Overton, Hall, Freeman, and Murphy for the Tigers. And NC State will have the ball going to the basket to our left here in the second half. Glad to have you with us tonight on the Auburn Sports Network. Auburn and NC State in the ACC SEC Challenge.
Big 20 minutes for the Tigers.
And we're underway. Copeland across midcourt. He was the leading scorer for NC State. The leading scorer in the game with 15. Drives to the right wing. Hands further down to Holloman. Guarded closely by Freeman. Holloman near the right hash. Right wing three ball. McNeil didn't get it. Weak side rebound. Overton for Auburn. Up the right sideline.
Good shutout. First possession on defense.
Folks starting to settle back into their seats. Overton out at the top against Holloman. Backs up with his purple shoes on tonight. Hod gets a screen from Hall. Gets the ball to Hall. He's open for a three ball. Missed it long. Rebound. Freeman. Head fake goes up.
Yeah.
Double hand slammerino.
That's one of the few second opportunities the Tigers have had tonight. Freeman gets an offensive rebound and stuffs it right back in. And Hod has gone to the purple shoes. Changed shoes at halftime. That might be a difference.
43-35 Tigers. Down the right side. Holloman. Top of the circle for Williams. Off the left wing. McNeese, top of the circle for Williams. 9 to shoot for NC State. Williams lost it. Oh, got it back. Auburn wanted a double dribble, didn't get it. Copeland, right wing three ball. Holloman, no. Long rebound. Overton runs it down. Hall races ahead. Overton to the hole. Up and in. And a foul and a play.
And one. Nice play. Good steal. Made a good decision, taking the ball strong. Initiated the contact and drew the foul. Stuck it in the hole. Got a chance for a three-point play.
His first 2-point shot of the night. And a chance for the and one for Overton.
Just a blink of an eye. The Tigers are up 10. Got a chance to go up 11.
Holloman whistled for the foul. His first free throw from Kevin. It is good.
He has really played well tonight. He's not only scored the ball, but he's just been in the right place at the right time for deflections, loose balls, and rebounds.
Auburn by 11, 46-35, 18-33, second half. Low post pass, Copeland against Pettiford. Out to the top, three ball in the air. It's good. Wide open three for Holloman.
Made a bad defensive switch that time. They put Tahad back on Copeland, and he just gave up way too much size, and then the inside-outside between he and Holloman.
Pettiford palms the ball as he gets the ball across midcourt. 18-13, second half. Auburn 46, NC State 38.
I noticed that particular call was made 2 or 3 times last night on TV. So if you're put your hand underneath that basketball while you're dribbling, they're going to call you for palming it.
Copeland fouled by Pettiford on an entry pass inside the three-point line. First foul on Tahad. The 14 points tonight, by the way, for Overton is an Auburn high. In the corner, Williams, right side. To the wing, now to Copeland. Or rather, Copeland drives, drug his pivot, put it up, and he missed it. And the rebound comes to Kevin Overton. Races forward. Top of the circle, right wing for Pettiford. Tahad works against McNeil there. 20 to shoot for Auburn. Tigers lead it, 46-38. Pettiford around a hedge. Picks it up. Underneath, Murph. Double team. Into the corner for Hall. Saves it, but throws it right to McNeil. And here's NC State the other way. McNeil trailing. Copeland drives and jams it.
Oh, man, we had a dead layup, kicked it out, made a bad pass on it, turned it over. NC State went quickly down the basket.
Ball deflected out of bounds from behind by Pettiford over the baseline. 15 turnovers for Auburn tonight has turned into 18 points for NC State. They have outscored Auburn 18-8 off turnovers tonight. Auburn flattens it out along the baseline. 23 to shoot for the Tigers. Lead down to 6 with 17-17 in the second half. Hall will trigger. Right corner, Freeman. Underneath for Hall. Bumped from behind, and there's a foul against Van Allen Lubin.
They tried to post up. Anytime you have a baseline out of bounds and Hall is in the game, they're going to try to isolate him on the post. That time they just tried to push him off the block and cause the foul.
Freeman, the inbound to Pettiford. To the top of the circle. Skip pass in the corner. Hall trying to save it. Stepped out of bounds.
I mean, we're just making some unforced errors instead of making the easy play. We're just trying to hit a home run every time and seem like the ball is not, it's carrying out of bounds, but it's not staying in the park.
Turnovers have come in bunches tonight, unfortunately for Auburn. Auburn's lead down to 6. It was once 11. Inside the arc. Copeland against Overton. To the top for McNeil. McNeil one dribble, kicks it left side for Williams inside the arc. Williams drives on Hall, spins, fadeaway. Good, nicely played.
They all have, they must have teach that at NC State. Coach Wade must teach that, because that little spin, step back is something that all these players do, but Williams does it so much better than everyone else.
Auburn's gone over 2 minutes without scoring. It's a 7-0 run for NC State. Auburn's lead is down to 4. Low post, double team Hall in some trouble. Whistle, timeout Auburn. 16:20 to go in the second half. NC State on a 7-0 run. The Tigers lead the Wolfpack 46-42. Take on game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? You try to decide. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Nugget bells, nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone, too, for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible boardings on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto-pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge credits. Ending balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. For chicken and War Eagle with Chick-fil-A.
16:20 in the second half. NC State on a 7-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 6 seconds. And the Wolfpack have trimmed what was once a 12-point lead down to 4. 16:20 in the second half. 46-42, Auburn leads it. Auburn ball coming out of the Tiger call timeout with 12 seconds to work with. Boy, turnovers have been the glaring problem tonight for Auburn. 16 turnovers, 16 points for NC State.
It's unbelievable that the Tigers are shooting 60% from the field. They're playing really good basketball, but the negative is they're just so, and then a lot of those turnovers are unforced. They're just kind of making the home run play, trying to go cross, skip pass from the deep corner back to the high guard on the opposite side or vice versa, and we're just not making the simple, easy play. Getting a shot is when you're scoring it like this at a 60% clip, you want to get a shot.
Auburn will have 12 to shoot. Ball will come out, baseline right. Trying to snap a 7-0 run right now by NC State. Auburn's gone 2 minutes and 23 seconds without scoring, thanks in great measure to 3 turnovers.
Baseline out of bounds by the Tigers here. Maybe we'll try to get us a one-on-one on the block.
Low post Hall from Freeman, 8 to shoot. Hall near a double team, steps through it, goes up and missed it. Rebound out of bounds to NC State. Auburn got the shot it wanted.
It's the first time Keyshawn really exerted himself, made a quick move, had it right there, it just missed the shot.
16:03, second half, NC State within 4 and the basketball. Lubin at the top. Inside the arc, Copeland spins to the baseline and scores.
They scored pretty easily as well. They're back up to about 40% themselves on the field goals. The Tigers got to be careful here and give themselves a chance by getting a shot. Every time down the floor, get a shot at the basket.
Freeman left wing outside the arc. He picks up the dribble, gets the ball to Pettiford near the center circle to the right wing for Overton. 9-0 run right now by NC State. Overton to the hole, hang shoots, and got it.
That's just pure strength right there. He hung in the air, just like he froze in time and then laid it in the basket.
4-point lead for Auburn, 15-15 in the second half. Copeland, Lubin at the top. They'll give him the 3. He's only 2 of 4 from 3 this season. McNeil back to Lubin at the top. Drives right side, backdoor pass, shot is up, it's missed. Rebound tapped up again, no. Rebound Williams up and in.
Second opportunities right there. They just beat us to the glass, got 2 offensive rebounds and finally stuck it in.
14:51 in the second half. Auburn's lead at 2, 48-46 against NC State. Overton at the left wing for the Tigers. Working on Williams, low post pass for Hall, fouled from behind by Copeland. I think Quadir Copeland will pick up the foul. It will be his second, and it takes us to a timeout. 14:43 in the second. Auburn 48, NC State 46. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
From birth to age 5, your child's brain is growing faster than ever. And guess what? You are your child's first teacher. Talking, singing, playing, and reading every day helps your child learn and thrive. Singing boosts memory. Playing builds problem-solving skills. Reading grows vocabulary. Talking teaches communication. Start strong because these early years matter the most. For tips and tools, visit the Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education at children.alabama.gov. Alabama's children deserve a strong start.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
Is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that.
We will pack the car with gifts, and of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Auburn family, it's time to join the coolest club on the plains. Aubie's Kids Club presented by Chaffee's. Memberships for the upcoming school year are on sale now. Your favorite Tigers Kids Club offers 2 membership options. They give you awesome gear like an Auburn t-shirt, a men's basketball SEC Champions medal sign, and more. Throughout the year, you can check in at Auburn Athletics events to receive points, earn prizes, and you'll also get invited to special events only available through Aubie's Kids Club. Head to auburntigers.com/kids club to sign up today. War Eagle!
Back at Neville Arena, Brad Law with a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Our game is the tightest among the ones in the SEC ACC Challenge right now. The next closest one, Mississippi State, clinging to a 7-point lead at Georgia Tech. Bulldogs have led by double figures in this one, but it's a 7-point game now. 48-41, State on top. 14 minutes to go in Atlanta. It's a 12-point lead for 17th-ranked Vanderbilt. Make it 14, 71-57. Commodores lead SMU in a battle of 8-0 teams in Nashville, and Virginia is running Texas out of its own gym, 55-34. Cavaliers shutting down the Longhorns, who had scored 100 points in back-to-back games coming into this one tonight at the Moody Center, but this is all Virginia with still 16 minutes to go, 55-34. Cavs over the Longhorns. That's a check of the Yellowwood scoreboard. Back to Andy Burcham and Coach Randall Dickey.
14:43 to go in the second. Auburn's lead is 2, 48-46. Don't want to beat a dead horse here, but The turnovers continue to be a problem for Auburn. The Tigers have 16 on the night. That has turned into 20 points for NC State in a 2-point ball game. And in a game where Auburn is led by double figures on a couple of occasions, but those turnovers have come in bunches. And Auburn's just been unable to do anything during that span. As a matter of fact, Auburn has 3 turnovers here in the second half, and State has turned that into 4 points.
Well, they got 20 overall points off of the 16 turnovers total.
Auburn out of bounds. Hall to Overton against his former teammate Darian Williams. Drives past him, shoots and missed it, but was fouled by Williams, his second, and it will send Kevin Overton to the line 4-2.
Really made a nice move. They were going to try to isolate Hall again on the baseline out of bounds play on the block. They overplayed that. Recognized that KO took it right to the basket. He was disappointed that ball didn't go down.
He'll get a couple. Free throw in the air. It's good.
Young man's really played well tonight, going on his 17th point right there.
His career high came when he was at Drake. He scored 23 points against the Racers of Murray State back in 24.
I hope he breaks that tonight because we need to continue to score. We need to get the third guy to get hot. We know Pettiford can reel off points really quickly. He's only got 5 on the night.
He knocked home both, and Auburn leads by 4, 14-35 in the second half. Quadir Copeland across midcourt against Sebastian Williams-Adams. Now picked up by Pettiford to Holloman. Right side, Copeland spins on to Hod at the free throw line. Nearly goes down, shoots and misses. And they got a foul on Pettiford.
He just is so poised. Copeland, I'm talking about, is so poised going one-on-one. He's got a strong body. He holds you off. That time he was on his knees.
Randall, there was nothing more than Copeland just losing his footing.
This on his knees and took the shot anyway, and they called a foul.
First free throw is good. Now both of these teams have been excellent from the line tonight. Auburn perfect, 13 of 13. NC State 6 of 7. And he missed the second. Rebound Hall. Auburn leads by 3, 50-47, 14-18. Second half of play. Auburn to the basket to our right. Pettiford sends the offense into motion.
Going to try to run a set play here where they're going to isolate Keyshawn Hall on a 2-man play with Jovic.
They get it to the left wing now for Overton. Working on Copeland to knock the ball away. 5 on the shot clock. Overton, long 3. Boom!
Flash! Holy smokes, what a shot by Kevin Overton is on fire. We need to run stuff for him. Keep the ball in his hands because he has got 21 big points.
Drive by Copeland to the hole, puts it up, whistle on a foul. That's a phantom foul right there, friends. That's a phantom foul. If he got him, if Sebastian got him, he got him with the arm bar. Well, he did. You know what? He did get him on the arm. We look at the replay. It wasn't so phantom. I apologize. Copeland gets a couple.
It sure looked it from this distance.
2 more shots for Copeland at the line. First is good.
Well, he played hoops at Syracuse, switched to McNeese State, played for Coach Wade and McNeese. He understands. But he has sure been productive tonight. It's something the Tigers need to contend with this last 13:41 left on the clock.
His career high 28 points. 53-49 Auburn. 13-37. Second half, Copeland with 22 tonight. 53-49 Tigers. Screen from Jovic for Pettiford. Splits a double team foul. He was trying to send Jovic to the basket as he split the double team. Tahad was fouled on the play.
It seems like it's really been effective tonight, that 2-man play or that pick and roll from the wing where they isolate, empty out the backside, where they make it a 2-man play, whether the guy setting the screen rolls out, he's usually open. If not, then you get a drive from the dribbler.
And with there is a steal. Saunier against Jovic. Poked away to the left wing for Holloman. Top of the circle for Copeland. Auburn's lead is 4. They throw it to the low post. Shot is up and it's lost. And here's Auburn the other way. SWA all the way to the hole. Whistle foul.
It's one thing about SWA. He is certainly Southwest Airlines tonight. When he gets the basketball, he is full speed going to the other end, and the speed of the game picks up when he comes into the game. Got fouled in. He's got a chance for 2 free throws.
That is the third foul, by the way, against Quadir Copeland. All right, 2 free throws for Sebastian Williams-Adams. And the first is missed. That's Auburn's first miss of the night.
I watched him today in practice. He's just drilling those free throws. He's just a matter of just having some experience, relaxing his shoulders. He's got a good form. Just a little bit of time, he's going to be a good free throw shooter.
Second one rattled in. And Auburn's lead is 5. 13:04. Second half. Copeland across midcourt. To the right wing inside the arc. Now steps back out to the top. Head fake at 3. Picks up the dribble. Almost to midcourt with a pass for Holloman. Drives on Pettiford to the hole. Goes up and missed it and drove the foul.
This ball containment is one thing the Tigers have struggled with tonight. It's keeping their body between the ball and the basket. Seemed like NC State has had an angle most of the night. The speed and the quickness of their first steps really try to get it to the basket.
Jovic got him with the body going up. And Holloman at the line to shoot 2. 87% for the transfer from Michigan State. 2 points, 2 rebounds against Auburn a year ago in the Elite Eight game over in Atlanta. And the first free throw for Holloman is good. He was one of the team captains last year for the Spartans. They can cut the lead to 3 right here with 12:48 in the second. It's good.
They're going to pick up full court and really harass the basketball down the floor, make Tahad really work at it.
Pettiford lobs it forward. He was staying out of a double team to Overton. Down the lane, Overton off the glass. No, but it was fouled. Well, that ball just rolled right over the top of the rim and off the other side.
He's had 2 of those tonight that just did go down for get a chance to have a 3-point play, but he'll go back to the free throw line for 2.
Saunier picks up his 3rd. I'm sorry, that's Saunier's 4th. And KO back at the line for 2. 21 on the night for Kevin Overton. 22 now for KO. To the bench, Terrence Arsenault into the lineup along with Ben Allen Lubin for State. As Saunier sits down, so does Copeland. Overton can take the lead back to 5 right here. 12:38 in the second half. And he ties his career high with 23 points tonight for Kevin Overton.
He's been really productive on 6 of 9, shooting 4 of 6 from the 3 and 7 for 7 from the free throw line.
Holloman off the right wing. Arsenault picks up the dribble. Williams outside the arc, left side, picked up by Sebastian Williams-Adams, will pop a 3. Didn't get it. Long rebound off the right side, though, for Holloman outside the arc. 16 to shoot. Down the lane to the corner. Head fake at 3 by Abel. Now out to the top for Holloman. He'll pop a 3. It's good.
He's kind of picked it up here. He had 2 free throws. And now he's got a big, deep 3-point shot. He's kind of feeling it.
That trims the lead to 2. 56-54. Sebastian Williams-Adams ahead of steam to the hole. Good.
Wow. Speed of the game. He's just going straight to the basket. Laid it in.
Auburn by 4. 11:47 second half. Holloman, left wing Williams outside the arc. Williams, right wing Holloman. Down into the corner, Arsenault for 3. Long, here's an air ball. Rebounded by Hall.
That's a good clean rebound that time. We finally put a stop on him, got a defensive board. Get a good shot right here and increase this lead.
4-point Auburn lead. Pettiford gets a screen, drifts off to the right wing, between the legs dribble, goes to the left, and now to the right, 13 to shoot. Sends Sebastian Williams-Adams through, lobs it low post, Jovic, nice pass, Hall to the hole for a double hand dunk.
Great interior passing by Philip Jovic to Keyshawn Hall for the slam dunk. That ought to be a momentum swing right there and bring the Neville Arena to his feet.
Good patient offense for Auburn there. Lubin picks it up, right wing Holloman, inside the arc, off the right wing for Abel, inside the arc from 19, short, rebound Jovic. Auburn by 6 with the basketball. And Pettiford will bring it up the floor on the left-hand dribble. Across midcourt, 23 to shoot. 10:43 on a counting clock, second half. Auburn by 6. Left wing, Overton. Low post, Sebastian Williams, double team. Corner, Hall, 3. Yes!
Big splash from the deep corner. What a fan play. What an assist by Williams, Adams.
And Auburn is up by 9, 63-54. I'll tell you what, a timeout called by Will Wade. He is really upset with his team defense the last 2 times down the floor. Your team is your most valuable asset, so ensure that they are protected with the best workers' compensation insurance available. Ask your agent for an Alicomp quote today. 10:32 to go. Auburn 63, North Carolina State 54. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh Gift Shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner.
Ants in the kitchen, termites under the floor, mosquitoes in the backyard. It's a full court infestation. Don't let them score. Call Cook's Pest Control. Nobody beats Cook's when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right, guaranteed. With Cook's on your team, your home's defense is unstoppable.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie Cook's Pest Control.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Defensive statistics are presented by Cook's Pest Control. Cook's is the South's most trusted name in pest control and the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers.
Take a look at the rebounds right now. Auburn has out-rebounded NC State tonight 24-15. Have given up just 7 offensive rebounds. Tigers have 21 defensive rebounds on the night. Fast break points, Auburn 11, NC State 7. Bench points, Auburn 11, NC State 3. The one defensive stat heavily in favor of NC State is turnovers. Auburn has 17 tonight, and that has turned into 20 points for the Wolfpack. Auburn has forced 7 turnovers tonight and has turned that into 9 points. And right now with 10:32 to go in the second half, your Auburn Tigers lead NC State 63-54 in the ACC SEC shootout.
Well, I think that 7-0 run is a result of 5-for-5 shooting. SWA came in. Sebastian Williams-Adams came in this second half and again changed the tempo and the pace of play.
Agreed.
He's got 7 points, 3 for 3, but he has just created a coast-to-coast layup. He's rebounded. He's defended. He has just seemed to be a little bit of everywhere. He found Keyshawn Hall for the big 3-point shot that time. What an assist.
By the way, 2 timeouts apiece for both teams remaining. And Caden Magwood is checked in for Auburn at point guard.
This next segment's really big. This next 3-4 minutes, by the 8-minute media timeout's going to tell a lot of things.
That's 3
about
true
this game.
freshmen on the floor right now for Auburn. Lubin inside the arc, free throw line, Williams. Open 18-footer. He missed it. Rebound Hall for Auburn.
Just manage the game right now. Execute your offense. Take what you've got.
Hall to Magwood. Working on Holloman. Further down the left wing, it's Overton. Kevin picks it up. Bounce pass. Sebastian Williams-Adams against Copeland. Gets past him. Hands the ball to Magwood. Right wing Hall. 3 ball in the air. Got it!
That's the guy you want to find. Sebastian Williams-Adams wanted to throw it to him. He didn't. Magwood came open. They fanned it across the court and Keyshawn buried the 3.
66-54 matches the biggest lead of the night for Auburn. Williams on the right wing. Whistle, foul. A little pushing and bumping inside the arc, and Magwood gets called for the foul. By the way, Hall now has 20 points on the night. You know, he's gone for 15 points in every game this season.
He just seems to get it done. He scores in multiple ways, but when they will move that ball from one side of the floor to the other and he's got an open look, you can just almost count it.
66-54 Auburn. Inbound, Lubin hands the ball right back to Holloman, who brings it to the wing, top of the circle, Copeland. Off the left wing, McNeil. Corner, 3 ball. Williams missed it short.
And we're giving them one shot now. The last 3 or 4 trips, we've really given them one shot.
Hall, head fake at 3, pops a 3, left wing, just missed it short. Rebound, Karam's out, McNeil pulls it in. Auburn right now on a 10-0 run. Right wing, 3 ball State, 3 ball good for Holloman.
Back to a 9-point. Be careful Auburn right here. They're going to press you pretty hard. Just don't want to make a silly turnover. Just take your time. You've got a pretty good lead.
Magwood works on Holloman across midcourt with 23 seconds. We approach the 9-minute mark of the second half, and Auburn leads by 9. Bounce pass, Jovic. Back to Magwood. Head fake at 3, into the key. Now brings it back out near the center circle. 10 to shoot for Auburn. Magwood against Holloman. 7 to shoot. Ball deflected away. Gets it on the wing. Ball still loose. And Auburn ties it up. Ties it up with Copeland. And Auburn's going to get 2 seconds to work with here.
Well, I think Magwood got caught up in a just kind of froze in time there, just trying to beat the air out of it for a second.
All right, 2 seconds to work with. Sway will trigger. Inbound. Hall, fadeaway 3 from the corner.
Oh, could be a game changer right there. What a turnaround shot from the deep corner. The hardest place on the court to hit one from, and Keyshawn Hall does.
69-57 with the clock running out. A fadeaway from the corner. Oh, my. Ball deflected and a foul. They're calling it closer in the second half. Can't be surprised by that.
Oh, that Philip Jovic, he just he's so anxious. He just can't. It's like keeping his hand in the cookie jar. He just keeps reaching for it.
Second foul on Philip. 8:21 to go. Auburn by 12. 69-57. Inbound. Lubin right back to Holloman. Left wing. Wide open 3. McNeil. Good.
Just that quick. They run a set play and hit a 3-point. Still got a 9-point lead right before this media timeout. We need to get us a basket.
Sway across midcourt. 8:02 second half. Hands to Magwood. Magwood works against Holloman. Right wing for Overton. Kevin, a career-high 23 tonight. Lobs a 3. Good!
Holy smokes, he is on fire, Andy. Holy smokes. What a three-point
little
shot.
smirk on his face as he goes the other way. It's a career-high 26 tonight for KO.
Not enough O's in that smooth, that's for sure.
72-60 Tigers. Lubin, top of the circle. Hands the ball on the left wing for Copeland. Gets around Sebastian, who recovers. To the top, head fake, 3-ball, Holloman. Oh, my goodness, as he goes down, he knocks it home.
We're witnessing some shot makers tonight.
Well, they're going back and forth at both ends of the floor. 9-point Auburn lead, 7-17 second half. Magwood,
1-3-1
double
zone.
teamed, whistle, jump ball. Auburn will give it up on the jump ball at midcourt, taking us to a timeout. 7:14 in the second. Auburn 72, NC State 63. Find your piece of paradise on the Alabama Gulf Coast with Mindy Jones of Remax Paradise. Visit Mindy at paradise.com. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
War Eagle Plus is the premier subscription experience for Auburn fans. Memberships start at just $14.99 per month. Members receive discounted concessions at all home athletic events, VIP experiences, team store credit, priority entry to select athletic events, monthly giveaways, plus access to the War Eagle Plus content network, featuring brand new video content, including original, never-before-seen, behind-the-scenes access, off-the-field storytelling, special series like Earn the Stripe, Auburn All Access, and The Flight. Heisman-level members or above will also now receive one Tigers Unlimited Foundation priority point for every $1 contributed through their War Eagle Plus subscription. Your favorite athletes, exclusive interviews, archival footage, iconic moments, and so much more. Explore the site and join today. AuburnTigers.com/War Eagle Plus.
Conecuh sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating, always great on the grill, and it's the official sausage dog and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Be sure to visit the Conecuh gift shop in Evergreen, Alabama, right off I-65 at exit 96. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh sausage dog while watching the Tigers and make Conecuh part of your game day. Conecuh sausage since 1947, a real winner.
Brad Law at Neville Arena. Let's update the Yellowwood scoreboard. Let's step outside of the SEC ACC Challenge. Big Ten Conference play tonight. Number 22, Indiana, falls for the first time this year. Minnesota gets them in Minneapolis, 73-64. Hoosiers go down for the first time this season. Ninth-ranked BYU all over Cal Baptist. The final from Provo. Actually, they played that one in Salt Lake City, 91-60. Cougars got the win. It was 16th-ranked Iowa State all over Alcorn State, 132-68. Those are all your other top 25 games outside of the SEC ACC Challenge. 17th-ranked Vanderbilt continues to keep SMU at arm's length, 86-67. Commodores comfortably in front there, under 2 minutes to go in Nashville. Vandy's going to run their record to 9-0. To start the season. Back to Andy Burcham and Coach Randall Dickey. 7:14 to go. Auburn leads NC State by 9.
Going into the timeout, Caden Magwood got the ball just across midcourt and stopped, and then got double teamed and was tied up, and the jump ball arrow goes to NC State. Auburn's lead is 9, 72-63.
This is the most unusual game I believe I've ever seen. Team shooting 66% from the field, 56 from the three, 94% from the free throw line. Got a 10-point rebounding advantage, 24 points in the paint, 10 assists on 23 baskets, and just a 9-point lead because of the turnovers.
Auburn has shot 77% from the field in the second half. Copeland Lubin at the top. To Holloman, who's had the hot hand of late.
Got 7 minutes left. It's about a 3-minute game right here if we could just hold on.
Lubin, low post, lobs it in. That trims the lead to 7.
Yeah, that's two. Anytime it's in, they're going to stay in this 1-3-1 half-court trap. Got to be careful when you cross the.
Yeah, Pettiford across midcourt. He replaced Magwood at the point. Lobs it. Sway to Pettiford. Through a double team to the corner. 3-ball. Overton. No. Ooh. Long rebound.
One of his
NC
few misses tonight.
72-65 Auburn. NC State with the ball. Ball deflected out of bounds by Sebastian Williams-Adams right into the NC State bench. Wolfpack will trigger in front of the NC State bench.
They got a sideline out of bounds play. They'll run a zipper play and try to isolate Williams or Coleman.
They get the ball out to the top for Holloman. Right wing, 3-ball in the air, McNeil. No. Ooh. Rebound, Jovich for Auburn.
Good rebound by Phillip right there.
To Pettiford up the floor. Auburn has made 8 of its last 10. State, 4 of its last 5 field goals. Overton lobs it. Down the left side, Hall. Keyshawn inside the arc. Head fake, puts it on the floor and drives. Head fake, shot, up, good!
That's a tough 2 right there. Really went in there with the trees. 2 guys took him and went over the top of him and scored.
74-65 Auburn. Free throw line. Out to the top, another 3-ball. It's up, it's missed. Rebound Hall for Auburn. A rare miss by Holloman of late. Auburn the other way. Leading by 9 with the basketball. Pettiford to the right wing, now backs up with the purple shoes. The purple Nikes. Pettiford puts it on the floor behind the back dribble, down the right side to the baseline, to the basket. Reverse layup, didn't get it. Rebound Lubin for North Carolina State. They're up the floor quickly. Holloman through the key. Right side, McNeil, 3. No. Rebound comes to Pettiford. Pettiford drives, has some numbers. Now we'll wait for the offense.
It's about clock management, knowing when to and when not to. Tahad Pettiford, just a game manager, pull that thing out, run a little bit of clock, continue to try to score, but get a good shot.
Overton tried to feed Hall down the right side, but Holloman stepped in front to deflect the ball out of bounds. Auburn will have 12 on the shot clock. 4:57 in the second. Auburn by 9. First time tonight, well, second time tonight, we see Alan Breed in, a redshirt freshman out of Powder Springs, Georgia. And he comes in replacing Copeland, who comes off the floor. A little bit hobbled, it appears.
Kind of a baseline out of bounds play. It's kind of in the coffin corner. It's deep in the corner. It's a tough place to throw the ball inbounds.
Down the right sideline, Hall will trigger. Hall lobs it. Pettiford has it. Shot clock down to 10. Tahad on the wing. Lobs it to Hall inside the arc. 6. Down to 5. 4. 18-footer. No. Weak side rebound. Saved by Jovic, but he saves it inbounds and Abel races with a pass ahead. Williams all the way to the hole. Goes up and missed it. Rebound Jovic. Really physical rebound for Phillip.
Really strong. That's a man's rebound right there. Phillip Jovic went sky high amongst a lot of traffic and pull that ball down.
Auburn by 9. Another chance to go up by double figures right here. Overton, long 3.
Ooh,
good!
Flash again.
Good!
Holy smokes. He's knocking on 30, Andy. He's got 29.
77-65. Auburn back to a 12-point Tiger advantage. Breed, right wing, Holloman. Screen from Lubin. Leaves for Lubin. He'll pop a 3, does Lubin. Didn't. Oh, he did get it. It bounced straight up and fell through. His third 3 of the year. Back to a 9-point Auburn advantage.
I think somebody opened the door on that end and it blew it in the goal that time.
77-68 Auburn, 3:45.
Go back to the 1-3-1 half-court trap. Tigers got to be careful with that basketball.
Get the ball in the corner. Hall fake it 3. Pops a 3. Hall makes a 3.
Well, we're opening up that sack right now. It's a filling up with 3-point baskets.
80-68 Auburn. Whistle foul. Offensive foul. Offensive foul.
The guy that draws out is Kevin Overton. He has really played well.
Career night for KO. 29. Hall with 28. 3:27 to go. Auburn by 12 with the ball. On to Victory, proud to be the official events and experiences company of the Auburn Tigers. Experience Auburn like never before through On to Victory. See upcoming events and sponsorship opportunities at ontovictory.com. Auburn 80, NC State 68. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Hey, Mom, sorry for the late message. It's been absolutely crazy here. And this morning, I went for a run on Kailua Beach and saw the most insane sunrise. I sent some photos. And then this afternoon, we worked on another Black Hawk. My new unit is amazing. I'm learning a ton. And guess what? You called it. I'm going surfing on Sunday. And we're going to... All right. Yeah, cool. Be right there. I gotta go. I'll see you next week. I love you.
Learn how you can be all you can be at GoArmy.com.
From birth to age 5, your child's brain is growing faster than ever. And guess what? You are your child's first teacher. Talking, singing, playing, and reading every day helps your child learn and thrive. Singing boosts memory. Playing builds problem-solving skills. Reading grows vocabulary. Talking teaches communication. Start strong because these early years matter the most. For tips and tools, visit the Alabama Department of Early Childhood Education at children.alabama.gov. Alabama's children deserve a strong start.
Since 1992, Alicomp has been putting points on the board by providing championship-level workers' compensation insurance to Alabama-based businesses of all types and sizes. Alicomp has the right people in the right positions to produce the results to save you money and pays you a dividend. Your team is your most valuable asset, so make sure that they are protected. Ask your agent for an Alicomp quote today. Get the coverage you can count on with Alicomp. Don't just insure, be sure. It's the Alicomp way.
Keep it here after the game for the Regions Bank postgame show with final stats and analysis, plus comments from Coach Pearl. Now back to the game.
3:27 in the second. Auburn 80, North Carolina State 68. Tonight's game with Kevin Overton going for a career-high 27 and Keyshawn Hall with a season-high 28 is the first time that Auburn teammates have scored 20 points apiece or better since Bryce Brown went for 26 and Jared Harper went for 25 in Maui against Xavier in 2018. 80-68 Tigers. Auburn in the second half is shooting 63% from the field, 57% from three in the second half. Auburn is 12 of 21 from three in the second half alone. I'm sorry, that's for the game. Auburn is shooting 68% from the field in the second half, 70% from three in the second half. 7 of 10. Goodness gracious.
It's amazing how good they played. 3:27 left. You got about 8 possessions left. You need to win at least half of them, giving up no three-point shots in those. Make your free throws down the stretch. Time, score, and momentum is crucial for game management here.
Inbound Overton ahead to Jovic across midcourt. Phillip lost it. Steele ahead. Lubin. Bounce pass. Left side for Abel to the hole. Goes up. He missed it. Rebound tapped, and it's Hall the other way for Auburn. And Keyshawn will wait for the numbers, and he'll walk it across midcourt. No, he'll get the ball to Pettiford. Across midcourt. Approaching 3 minutes in the second half. Auburn by 12. Pettiford backs it up against Trey Holloman. Off the right wing, a screen. Gets another screen. Picks up the dribble. Throws to the top for Overton. Career night for KO. Drive. Shoots. Missed it. Weak side rebound. Ball loose. KO has it. Set it up again, gentlemen. 2:42 second.
Really nice job. Yeah. The Tigers went to the end of the clock then to take the shot. Got the offensive rebound. Second opportunity and make guard again.
8. Pettiford 3. Right side missed. Rebound Hall, or rather Sebastian Williams had it and lost it. And here's State the other way. Abel goes baseline, drives to the hole, he scores. May have gotten away with a little walk there, but
looked like he might have shuffled his feet. It's a 10-point game. It's a
this one not
4
over
possessions for sure right here. We just got to be careful with them because they score it so easily and so explosive.
Pettiford, crossover dribble, drives all the way, shoots, and didn't get it. Rebound Jovic. In a crowd, and he's fouled. He went up against 4 Mississippi State players and brought that rebound down.
They were climbing all over his shoulders. It looked like he had a ladder on his back the way they were running up his back on that. Glad to see him. Let this young man take his time, make his free throws. Minute 58, you really got about 4 possessions, but if you just take care of the basketball and not turn it over, we could increase our lead a couple of more down the stretch here.
Jovic at the line for the Tigers. The free throw is airborne, and he missed it. Rebound, Hall had it, lost it. Oh, excuse me, Sway had it, but deflected it out of bounds.
Only good positive there, he knocked it out of bounds. It gives the Tigers a chance to at least get the set up on their defense.
1:55 to go. Auburn 80, State 70. Holloman picks up the inbound, brings it forward against Kevin Overton. Crossover picked up by Jovic in a switch. Holloman picked it up to Lubin at the top. Gets a screen, drives on Jovic to the hole and scores with a foul. 1:46 to go, and Lubin can make it a 7-point game right here.
It's going to make it tough right here on the Tigers. They're just their management of offensive rebounds. Missing the free throws on the front end there.
Foul against Jovic, his 3rd. Sebastian Williams-Adams comes out. Elijah Freeman is in. Lubin can cut the lead to 7 right now with 1:46 to go in regulation. He makes it. Big 3-point play for Ben Allen Lubin.
Tigers got to be careful here. It's a 3-possession game now.
Inbound Pettiford.
They're going to try to trap him, make him give it up in this zone press.
He lobs it ahead for Hall across midcourt. 1:35 and counting. Auburn's lead is 7, 80-73. Hall near the center circle, to the right of the center circle. 1-on-1 against Holloman. 9 to shoot. Crossover between the legs. Down the right side, dribbles it out of bounds. Oh, dear. Oh, my. That's 19 turnovers for Auburn in the contest. And Sebastian Williams-Adams is in. Jovic comes out.
That'll be on tape so many times. Penetrating pitch. We're penetrating and turning it over instead of seeing the guy open and pitching it out for an open shot.
Holloman races forward for NC State.
Defense have got to carry us here, Andy.
At the top, it's Williams. Head fake at 3. Lobs to the low post to the photographers. And Joe Dalton.
Joe made a good play on
He
that.
sure did. 1:12 to go. Auburn by 7, 80-73. Inbound Pettiford.
So take care of the basketball and get a shot or get to the free throw line.
Breed against Pettiford. Stays out of a double team. Left-hand pass. Freeman at the left sideline for Auburn. We're down to a minute to go. Freeman puts it on the floor, drives baseline, reverses back out to the wing. Goes to the left hand, back to the right. 10 to shoot, turns the corner, free throw line, whistle foul. Abel called for the foul. And that will put Auburn at the line for a double bonus. At the very least, Auburn taking some time off the clock right now.
There's two things you got to do there. It's either score it or get to the foul line. Tigers get to the foul line.
Freeman for 2, the first. Good.
Really good game management. Looked a little shaky and not necessarily that confident, but closing out okay right here thus far with 51 seconds to go.
Freeman knocks home both. Auburn 82, NC State 73. Holloman across midcourt for the Wolfpack. Right wing picked up by Sebastian Williams-Adams. 20 to shoot, shot clock. 3 ball Holloman, no. Rebound, Hall just skies. Gets it to Pettiford. That's 9 rebounds now for Hall, and then Pettiford fouled as he comes forward for Auburn.
They have to stop the clock. Tahad did a good job protecting the basketball, making them foul and get to the free throw line.
Keyshawn Hall, 28 points, 9 rebounds tonight for Auburn. And Pettiford at the line to shoot 2 for the Tigers. First free throw. Oh, it's short. That is just Auburn's 3rd miss from the line tonight. Second free throw is good. And Auburn's lead is 10 with 34 and 4/10 seconds. State ball, Holloman forward. Half minute to go in this one, Auburn by 10. Holloman at the right wing, top of the circle, Abel. Drives down the lane, kicks it corner. 3 ball Williams, short. Rebound Abel. Drives on Hall, goes up, missed it. There's the 10th rebound of the night for Hall. A double-double. He brings it forward, just get it across midcourt. He does. And Auburn's going to win in the ACC-SEC Challenge.
Going to be a nice win for the Tigers. They played just really, really well. Got one correctable error in front of them that they'll have to kind of address tomorrow.
Final score tonight. Auburn, 83. NC State, 73. The Tigers are 7-2, heading to the Desert Southwest to face Arizona Friday night at 9 o'clock Central. A win tonight for the Tigers in the ACC-SEC Challenge. Auburn 83, NC State 73. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place